right, we bring in this week's Flight Sim news with thanks to SayIntentions. We check out the Emerald Scenery Designs, the 1500R, iniBuilds. I made a terrible mistake. It's KDFW, Dallas. You know, the big, massive place. Then we're going to be checking out Orbx Landmarks of Perth. Then we have, Birmingham Shuttlesworth. Very nice. And we take a look at the Owl C-22J Ventura.
News.
Hello. Right, I fixed it. It's all right now. Nothing. A normal intro. Yes. Well, hello. You're very welcome. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the middle of the week, the halftime show, the midweek shuffle. Welcome to the news. Yes, that's right, friends. We've all the news. You know, things about stuff about our beloved simulator. And, well, it's a busy one tonight. We have some stuff to show off. And, of course, we catch up with all the happenings for our beloved flight simulators. And check in with SayIntentions to see what they're working on, the updates, the upgrades, and also some fixes and enhancements coming our way. So it's busy. Right. But hope you're keeping well. Hope you had a lovely day. It's still 6 degrees here in Tipperary. It doesn't really change much, you know. But flat out, lads. I had a very productive day. Yes. And what else did I do? I was flat out today. I was up early. I had a shocking night's sleep last night. Shocking. And then I got up early. And I've been kind of, you know, doing the thing with the stuff all day. Having loads of fun. But anyway, we're here for the serious news. Yes, very important. Things like, you know, it's to rain on Thursday. And that is all for now. Also, working on, well, let's say I'm working, right? I'm going to take ownership of it. But me solution here for me wind control gadget, right? It's a little bit too high, right? And because I've used cardboard boxes wrapped in gaffer tape, right? Little bit of movement on the divel. Now, not much. It simulates that what you'd get in a real airplane, I'm sure. You know, if it was shagged. But anyway, I said, you know, to my dad, I was like, do you know then, you wouldn't have an air bit of wood that we can kind of, you know, shape into a little box. I measured it. To be honest, I could have got that wrong as well. But so yes, I've just the thing he says, right? So he's off there now doing the thing. More duct tape, but it'd be grand, right? So that's the upgrade that'll be happening. I have to paint it. So maybe tomorrow. It should be ready for next week. And what it's going to do, it's going to just lower this down a smidgen and then not have it the moving effect, as you can kind of see it moving there, right? But it's all coming together. It's all coming together, friends. And well, that's what it's all about. We tinker with, you know, stuff and our gear and kit. And then we have to clean up the place. I need to do a man cave video vlog thingy. I'll do one of those for next week. You know, we'll pop it out there on the tube of view so you can I have to dust the place down though, you know. It's not that it's bad, but like dust gets into places. We don't know why. Stop talking about dusters. Anyway, look, who's here? Great to see you. CP65, you're welcome in. Fierce Wolf, looking fierce and wolfy, welcome aboard. Super Typhon, sup? Creo is in the house. Very happy Wednesday. Mrs. TPHI, who sent pictures of the cats. They weren't upside down, but she was. You're very welcome in. Spitfire RAF 100 is in the chat. Mech Manser, good evening. Strap Ola, welcome in, buddy. Liptorius is here. Commander Balosh, a very good evening. APU Inspector, halfway to the weekend day. Yes, indeed we are. You're very welcome aboard, buddy. DJ Seamus is here. Welcome aboard, man. You're looking grand, you know. You sound great as well. It's been a minute. Hope you're well, buddy. Hang on, tunage, Murph, tunage. There we go. But DJ Seamus, you're very welcome aboard. Alberto is here, good evening. Flipper Alloy is in the house. Mrs. TPHI, 115 streams. Ups and down, all of them. Crazy woman. Thank you very much indeed. Sir Campsalot, mid-dude. AJH man, hope you're well. The Limbics is here. Morning Murph and Fireflies. Time for the news. Yes, I can picture you now, the Limbics, sitting at the table with a newspaper. The iPad maybe, bowl of cornflakes, glass of orange juice, toast, but only on one side. But you're very welcome in. Viper Strike is here, good to see you, buddy. Norse Viking Gaming, happy Wednesday. Toto 2495, good to see you, man. Hope all is well. Vacuum, a very good evening. The Impossible Face is here. Let me see, Norse Viking, thank you very much indeed for 5 months. Cheers, buddy. Great support, man. Eamon 1973, good evening. Got friends. Mike Road is in the house. Howdy, man. Hope you're well, buddy. Nutty Slack is here. Happy Wednesday. Stick figure, 41 months. What am I doing with my life? Yara, listen, you know, that's 41 months that you have completely stopped aging. Yeah. You've stopped aging for 41 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, buddy. Kill Switch, 70 streams in a row. Well, thank you very much indeed. Sunjammer says, hi all, from a drizzly Coventry. It's 4 degrees. Jesus. From a drizzly Coventry, you say. Anthony V, good day, man. Muse fan bursts in the door saying, how he is his mad jokes is. Happy hump day. It's good to see you, Muse. Hope you're well. Black Sheep Jean, good day, he says. Your personal stalker is here right now. You may begin. Thanks, Gene. We'll get to it now. Brilliant. 98 Vulcan is here. He says, hello all. Hope everyone's well. I had the rare experience of seeing our one and only Lockheed Super Constellation fly over the house quite low the other day. Ooh, nice. A Super Connie? Yeah, man. The sound of that? Gorgeous. The Impossible Face says, happy news day, folks. I had Murph as my SayIntentions co-pilot on a flight earlier. I asked him if I had time to grab a coffee before top of descent, which was 15 minutes later. Would you believe the absolute fun sponge told me to hold off until we landed? Yeah, coffee never takes 15 minutes though, and you can't drink the instant stuff. Not at all. It needs to go to the George Clooney gadget, right? You know, and it does the thing, and you make nice coffee. Yeah, that's how it works. We went into Starbucks the other day. We went into Kildare Village on, was that Saturday? Yeah, it was on Saturday. I went into the Crocs shop. Brilliant. And I also bought myself a pair of Skechers. I didn't buy Crocs. I bought Skechers, right? But anyway, we went into Starbucks, and like I don't understand it. Why does it take so long to order a coffee that they have in a menu, to go over to this person, you pay for it, then you go down to this area, you wait for it, then you put your whatever into it. It's like, it's what? Is it supposed to be like a ritual or something? Just give me coffee now! Arr! Now, granted, mine was a hot chocolate because, well, I just needed one of those in my life at that time. Hot chocolate, I'm telling you, lads, it is an instant morale booster, regardless of the day you're having. Unless, of course, it's summertime, and then, well, you know, it's so damn hot. But you know what I mean? Took ages. But anyway, rant over. Oh, yeah, coffee. See, it doesn't take 15 minutes. Took us ages. But anyway, Fallis Dort Wort, yeah, that's the one, yeah, Jesus. But yes, Dallas Fort Worth, we're going to be checking that one out tonight as well. Malky Mac is here, good evening. Shuffle Shoes, shuffles in. AJH John, hope you're well. Mac Vision, good evening. Gar Gaming, hello to everyone in County Galway. Photos by Kev is here. Let's have a small hand clap for the one and only Murph. Janie, thanks now, Kev. Right. Hermit Something, a very good afternoon to Boston. Hope you're well. Let me see. It's -1 degree Janie Mac. Soaring AJH man, hope you're well. Cracker is in the chat, good evening. Goblin Zeus, welcome aboard. Norse Viking question. Anyone know what I can do when my Flight Sim 2024 won't get past 5% activating packages? Norse Viking, if you're on the PC, make sure you sync your clock, date and time. Go down there to the lower right-hand side of your screen, right-click the date and time, and go to synchronize. Try that. Sometimes you might have to do other stuff like a VPN and all this jazz. But if it's getting to 5%, I would try that. Flying Trits, a very good evening. Old Veteran 965. Scott is in the chat. Good evening. Mayor Flyer is here. Welcome aboard. Patrick Doyle. How are you, Merv? So I was browsing in my local bookshop today, and all of a sudden I saw a magazine on the shelf that I hadn't seen for ages, and that I used to buy every month religiously. PC Pilot. So I decided to have a flick through it for old time's sake, and you'll never guess what I saw on page 50. There was Murph in a spread like that scene out of Titanic when Jack was painting, Rose. Later on, she said she'd never let go. She let go, lads. She let go. Yeah, that was fun. We did we did a bit of an interview with PC Pilot, and I remember PC Pilot from years ago as well, the magazine, and it was great. Just wanted a bit of insight. What do you do? How do you do it? Why do you do it? Me, a content creator, a streamer, an idiot. I'll talk to the cows. They're home already. I'm still talking. So yes, but yeah, pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Stu Snape is here. Good day to you, sir, for 75 streams. Bid the Janie. Hope you're well, Stu. Where's this now? You would hate to look at my man cave. It's always in a state of messed up. Oh, Jesus. Mr. Pauly's here. Good to see you. Breaking news. Firefly Air becomes the stadium naming sponsor for the Dallas Cowboys. The new name will be Firefly Airdrome. Very good, Viper. Very good. Idle Cutoff is here. Cambridge calling. Hello from Tipperary. Flying tonight. Good evening. Hope you're well, man. Uniform Goose. Good day, Goose. Welcome in, buddy. Lear is here. Happy Wednesday. Rick 20's in the house. Greetings from the home of the Boeing 737. Leitrim, great to see you. Brilliant. Where's the home of the 737? I know they're built in Seattle, but Bell Bro, welcome aboard. Newfoundland is here. How are you getting on? You're looking well, buddy. Let me see here. Just Roy is here. Just on time for the news. Just finished the Substance Painter intro course. Substance Painter. Jeez, Roy, good man yourself. Welcome aboard, buddy. Quokka is in the house. A Crotty is here. Good evening. Who would have known? 15 streams in a row. Scott is brilliant. Great news. Zybok Doc calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. You're looking well. Where are we at now? Look. Starbucks ain't great. Yeah, right? Not quite the Japanese tea company or tea ceremony. No. For mediocre coffee as well, Starbucks, in case you've forgotten what you were talking about earlier. Yeah, wait, what? Starbucks wouldn't be mediocre. Starbucks is actually all right. It just takes too shagging long. Do you know? Quad shot espresso, says Vespia. Right? Great shaking around the place after that. John C is here. Good evening. Black Sheep Jean says, thank you for visiting San Francisco the other day, which is in my backyard. Can you now please return my lawn furniture? It's lovely. It's comfortable. But yes, brilliant. John C, thank you very much indeed. 16 months, buddy. Thank you very, very much indeed for all your support. Norse Viking says, I've done that many times. No bueno, but thanks anyway. Did you try a VPN? Spoiler alert, she let go. Yeah. I'll never let go, Jack. I'll never... Wait. Why is the scene now with Rose on the boat? Where's Jack? He was grey crack. No. Shagged. Adam Controls, thanks to be Jesus, he wasn't on page 3. Right? Could you imagine though? There was talk of a Flight Sim streamer calendar, Oz Flight Simmer was January. Right? I'd have to be, July. I'm like school in July. No class. Yeah, right.
Jesus.
But could you imagine? But anyway, where is this now? Chuck is here. Good evening. Rodernut is in the house. Love your work, man. You're very welcome in. Thought you were going to say like Burt Reynolds in the centerfold of Playgirl. Wait, did Burt Reynolds go and play? Scott, how do you know that? Was Burt Reynolds on Playgirl? Jesus. Who's this now? Nick is here. Greetings. There's buttons here, lads, at an alarming rate. Super Ty says, the funny thing is, it was around -30, which felt like -44, exactly 4 years and 1 day ago. The world is getting warmer, Super Ty. You know, Greta, I'm telling you, she's onto something. Renton. Renton. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Renton for Boeing, yes. Martin Kerry Aviation is in the chat. Martin, a very good day to you, sir. Hope you're well. Lads, do be sure to check out Martin's Instagram. Beautiful pictures. Real world pictures. Gorgeous. Sean Game is here, good evening. Who else now? Gerald is here, welcome aboard. It takes you just as long to start the intro. What are you talking about, Super Ty? For an experience, try Vietnam coffee. Don't they kind of do something weird with that, though? You know, it's not like something that they feed to cats. Right? The old Vietnamese, a great bunch of lads. You'd be October for Halloween. Jesus. Yeah, thanks, Stu. Bald Eagle is here for, Jesus, 34 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, Bald Eagle. Great to see you, buddy. Who's this now? Filthy, welcome in. Turkish is just for standing your spoon up in. Wait, who? Turkish Delight. Yes, he was. The ladies all let us know that he was there and we didn't measure up. Oh, Jesus. Mrs. Toto is here. Hello, Mrs. Two-Tone and everyone. Halfway to the weekend. Whoop, whoop. Yes, we're nearly there. Hold on tight. We're about to go into that place called the weekend. It's great. The excitement levels. All you have to do, get through tomorrow. And like, when you're in your place of work tomorrow, just have that extra chip on your shoulder, right? Doesn't matter what they say to you, because in your mind, well, it's the weekend, you know. They could give you devastating news and you just kind of take it like a champ. Really? Is that all? Right? We'll worry about it, you know, next week. But like tomorrow, and then Friday, so you might as well finish early, you know, or just hide, it'd be grand. But yes, hope you're well, Mr. Toto. Gibbo Ireland is in the chat. Good to see you, man. A very happy Wednesday. That coffee is just weird. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Is someone here from Renton, says Rick 20. I don't know. Maybe there is. Let me see. I think so. Didn't someone say from the home of Boeing? Are you from down the road? You know, yeah, I am. Can I come down and visit you? No. DeBlaze is here, good evening. Hope you're well. We'll say hello now to some friends who joined us over on the tube of you. Kubi Montana is in the house. Welcome aboard. Dave Cleary, legend, Dave. Welcome back, Dave. Good to see you, man. Will37 is here. Paul, good to see you. Sourdough Man, welcome. DJ Taz is in the house. You're very welcome aboard. Northland Air, happy Wednesday. Elf is in the house. Cloud Strider, you're very welcome aboard. Logo Lights is here. Evening from Maastricht. A very good evening from Tipperary. Welcome in, buddy. Atlas Commander is here. Giaquich. Sim Guy, good to see you. Hugh Newforn, welcome aboard. Hope all is well. Thrust Simulations is here. Coffee, you're welcome. Carry on. Thank you. Kieran Niall, happy Wednesday. Join a fest when it's loaded. I don't see my hubs at all. It's allowed in the firewall in the PC. Do I need to do anything on my external firewall for it to work? Yes. Open the right port. I had that before, Taz. And make sure you launch it in like admin mode, just to be sure. Do you know what I mean? That's those buttons here. Tima, thank you very much indeed. They've started a hip train. My hip is terrible sore. Tima gifting a tier 1 sub over to Rotornuts. Thank you very, very much indeed. The man's a legend. Sledge is here. Good to see you. Hope you're well. You have an IPA. Ooh, nice. The old the pale ale. You see? Did you see JV has passed away? JV. Have I seen that JV has passed? Who's JV? JV. Don't know who that is. Oh, John Virgo. Oh, Jesus. When did that happen? Today? Hang on. News report. No way. What was the program he did? Was it Trick Shot? John Virgo. Man. Didn't he oh, Big Break. Yes, Big Break. He presented for years. And commentary and all that kind of stuff. Bloody hell. What age is 79 only? Jeez, that's sad. Yeah, Johnny Virgo, man. That's mad. Didn't make the news there. Yeah, no, he was quite big over this neck of the woods. Yeah, Big Break. Yeah. He was a great pundit. Great pundit for snooker. Do you know? But yes, the 1500 or the 1500 or we're going to be checking out this machine here now in a bit, amongst other things. But yes, shall we get into it? We shall get into it. I'm going to press some buttons down. Are you ready? Oh, my bashing me finger. Right, we'll come over here now. We'll take a break for a few moments as I attend to the pain of... I hit me middle finger and me not so middle finger, also known as your index finger. That's incredibly sore right now. But it's all right. I won't drop a tear. I'll bawl and blubber. Where is this now? He did it with Jim Davidson. I remember he did... didn't he do... There was a match between Stephen Hendry and... oh, Jesus. It wasn't Ronnie O'Sullivan. Who was kind of Hendry's advisory? Who was his main rival? I think that's where I saw it. Mark Williams could have been. Howling Crazy, yes. Could have been Mark Williams. Yeah. Jeez, that's mad, lads, isn't it? Right, what we're looking at here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this is a brand new aircraft in the sim, and this thing oozes of character, right? Look down there again, Murph. Forgot the bald spot. That's some receding hair. Looking at right, you know. It's the lighting, Gibbo. You know, look at it. It's all special effects. It's actually really bright. You just can't see it. It's like that effect when you look at a waterfall from a distance. Right. Also, shag off. Right. I mean, you know. I've no comeback, so I'll just say shag off. Right. Jeez, the truck nearly went over there. Look. Let me see. Who's this now? Is a Scanger pilot? Welcome in. Good to see you. Scanger pilot. Great name. Scangers over here means something else. It didn't work when... No, shag off. There's no refunds. It didn't work when he used the hair darkener then. Listen, right, this is important news. It's a brand new aeroplane and we're all going to sit here and appreciate it and not my receding hairline. But this thing is cool, right? It's the closest thing you'll get, I think, to flying like an RC aeroplane. And I mean that in the nicest possible way because it's absolutely mad, this thing, right? And loads of beautiful little details in it. It is probably one of the most simplistic aircraft. However, there is a choke in it, right? And they've actually simulated the use of a choke. Those of you who know what a choke is in like an engine, well, you know the crack. This works very well. And, well, an experimental aircraft for sure. Some of the real world versions I've seen actually has a closed in canopy. This one is open. So like this is like, you know, hello there. Welcome back to the 1930s, 1920s. As we go flying, you will be picking the bugs from your teeth. Well, you know, talk about unrestricted visibility, right? It was very nice. Gibbo, it's only because his forehead is getting bigger. Listen now, flying trits. Yourself and Gibbo into the bold corner onto the bold step, right? And his neck is creeping up his head. Ah, Jesus. Bedrock is here. Good to see you, buddy. But anyway, we're going to be checking out this aircraft in a little while, and it's a brand new release. Yeah, you wouldn't want emotions around this checking place, would you? But anyway, we're going to start off with the news. And the headlines tonight, Gibbo is nothing but a big... If only. Right, we'll do this. Insert words that meant your own thing. The big... It starts with B and ends with X, and there's an olla in the middle of it, right? But anyway, we'll start off with our news, and a big shout out to Vasco over at MSFSaddons.com for providing the news. We also have Callum and all the guys at FS Elite. We also have news here from Threshold as well this evening. Right, so, yeah, a couple of tabs here tonight. Bluebird Simulations, yes, more words, no more information from Bluebird Simulations, targeting a Q3 2026 for the 757, claiming that it is truly study level. Now, here's the thing. I'm very excited about this aeroplane, but this thing is getting more hype than, you know, hype. That makes me a little bit worried because it's very hard now to kind of say, how are we fixed for managing expectations here? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we continue. After kicking off the year by confirming a 2026 release window, Bluebird Simulations quickly followed up with specific targets, narrowing the 757 launch to the third quarter of this year. Well, I mean, you know, I'm sorry, Murphy. Humour has a price. Gladly, it's all yours, right? We can see 2026 beta before the 75, right? Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about this. I mean, what they're saying here in the video release, Bluebird founder Shervin says the system's depth as truly study level, which would be great. You know, what an achievement. But I think folks need to, like, we just need to be careful with this one. I hate things getting, it's going to be brilliant. And then, well, you know. Anyway, the roadmap to date, it's fairly rigid. The team expect to enter stage 2 of the beta testing in April, and currently the aircraft systems are reported to be over 90% complete, excluding the EFB, and the flight model is already finished. The remaining development time is focused on wrapping up the FMS, engine systems, communications, and supporting the server infrastructure. During the video, Shervin handed the floor to one of the programmers of a technical overview of the FMS. Visually, the demonstration might have looked familiar to anyone who's used a standard airliner add-on, the developer clicking through a CDU, entering the waypoints. However, the commentary described a back-end simulation significantly more complex than the standard mid-level fare. The programmer detailed a custom position calculation system where the aircraft doesn't simply read the simulator's perfect GPS coordinates. Instead, it uses the 757's inertial reference system to use real-world gyroscopic precision and drift. The aircraft then uses a realistic hierarchy of sensors and localizers to fix that drift position, just like the real aircraft. While the video didn't visually demonstrate the drift in action, the description of this logic shows that Bluebird is aiming for a back-end complexity that rivals the current market leaders, provided the final product matches these claims. That's pretty interesting, right? The 767 will also be a 2024 exclusive. 757 will release for both 2020 and then they'll work on a 2024 version, right? It'll work out of the box on 2024, but a fully native version will follow later, right? Anyway, the team have revealed a distinct split for their future roadmap. The upcoming 76 will be exclusive to 2024. Pricing and partnershiping with Just Flight, the developer confirmed the $80 price tag, which positions the 757 competitively against high-fidelity airliners. Well, this price includes both the 200 and 300 variants, both engine options, and also multiple wing configurations. Addressing recent confusion, they also clarified that Just Flight is acting solely as the publisher. They're not involved with the development, distinguishing the product from the personal contribution to Just Flight's own upcoming A300. Interesting. I'm sure the systems were at 90 around a year ago, right? Howling Crazy, good to see you, buddy. It all came down to your microphone not working. Oh, no way, dude. No way. Norton Dare says, I stopped paying attention to Bluebird over a year ago. So many other great aircraft available now. I've completely lost interest in them and their 757. Probably just me. Well, Egyptian engineer Murphy, you better not be driving an auto in your plane. Not at all. Huge fail on Q3 window. Not having a native 2024 model is another red flag, says Lazo. Well, I don't know. I mean, they've already done so much work here on 2020. And it kind of shows how much goes into building an aircraft. I'm just worried though, because it's hype after hype after hype after hype. And without, like, I don't know what's better. Give us access to it and let us kind of try it out, right? Or no, just it's all the hype is real because it's going to release exactly the way we want it to. It's a huge gamble. It's a huge gamble. Is this the 757 packs only, or do they have the freighter? I believe it's the packs only with the 200 and 300s. You know? Presumably, if it has several variants, the freighter will be there too. I'm not sure. I can't remember, actually. The 200 and 300 are included, along with the different engines and different wing types. So when you kind of button that down, $80, yeah, it's not far off, right? It's not cheap, but it's in and around there. Like, if they're honing in on realism and depth of systems, as they're saying, it's truly study level. That's kind of a subjective thing to say, but it's the Meridian syndrome. Isn't it sad that we actually say that's a thing, Meridian syndrome, right? Gibbo said they presented this at Expo in Houston 2 years ago. Yeah, like it's Wade spoiling it for it. Yeah, like it's It's a long time on approach, this one, isn't it? It's a long time on approach. I'm still excited to get it, don't get me wrong, but like, a lot of hype, you know? Now, moving across the road, PMDG confirms the 737-9 and -6 are next week following a critical micro stutter fix. If you've been refreshing the PMDG store page wondering where the promised January releases are, namely the 737-9 and the 6, well, you finally have an answer. In a new update issued this weekend, PMDG explained that a critical micro-stutter bug, one capable of wreaking havoc on airline or online networks like VATSIM, forced the team to pump the brakes. The good news, the red light has been turned green. PMDG have confirmed that the 737-9 for 2024 is ready for release next week, with the 737-6 following closely, just in time for Valentine's Day. So this bug that they found, to the casual flyer, a micro-stutter might be a minor annoyance, depending on how sensitive it is. But for pilots on networks like VATSIM or virtual airlines, the bug PMDG discovered was a showstopper. According to Robert Randazzo, the Sims console was reporting pause-unpause events in rapid bursts, triggered by data read processes within the aircraft. While the Sim didn't actually pause, the reporting of it was enough to cause drama for online pilots, likely triggering auto disconnects or flagging flights as invalid. This necessitated a significant engineering effort. To make matters worse, fixing the stutter introduced a new issue with the virtual file system that fed bogus data over to the ground proximity warning device. Throw in some ransomware attack on the communication vendors and you have the perfect storm for a missed January deadline. Now that the dust has settled, here is the revised schedule. So the 737-9 due to release next week, as in this week, right? The 737-6 next week. The 737-8 update 18 is going to release with the -9, right? And then the 737-7 beta testing begins mid-February. A release is possible late this month, but March seems more testing. There has to be questions relating to all of this. I mean, okay, the 737-8, the most popular, we know that. But the 737-7 was their first release. Why, you know? And like, you can be damn sure there's going to be upgrade prices for this stuff as well, you know? Anyway, the 737 visual refresh hidden inside the upcoming update is a significant rework of the 737 exterior model. Starting with the upcoming 737-8 build 18, pilots will notice changes to the model geometry, textures and the animations. The refresh has been running in the background of the main development cycle, and it aims to bring the visual fidelity up to current standards. This is where the whole thing starts getting confusing. Weren't we sold a rebuilt from the ground up update for $30? Oh yeah, and 6 weeks later, here's a brand new rebuilt external textures from the ground. Anyway, the 777 sound saga, I should not have told you about. In a moment of introspection, Robert also addressed the missing 777 sound update. Back in September, PMDG teased a massive sound overhaul for the 777. Months later, it's still nowhere to be seen. They admitted that announcing it early was a big mistake. The reality of development is that resources are finite, and the sound team had to be pulled off the 777 to ensure the 73 for 2024 didn't launch with old, outdated sounds. Fair enough. While the update is not cancelled, it's currently on the back burner. Fair enough. The DC-6 status is on ice. For fans of radial engines, the news is mixed. The DC-6 for 2024 is currently on ice, waiting for the 737 to clear the production line so modelling assets can be freed up. This is we've seen PMDG saying the DC-6 is already ready. Do you know what I mean? And now it's not. It's very strange. Drama, he says. I'm telling you. Where's this now? The high period for any aircraft should be a month max. Everything else is just waffle. Get on with making the thing, finish it, and then say it's coming next payday. Houston was 3 years ago. Jesus. MFS 2020, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Flying Winnebago says, I have a crazy shaking bug with the 737-8. I was able to finally catch it while recording the other day. It shakes violently and then rights itself about 5 seconds later. Are you using other add-ons, perhaps? Chase plane. Yeah, Irish Gav, good to see you. One Fly Air is here, good to see you. Yeah, Chase Plane. Howling Crazy, Chase Plane from Parallel 42. But yeah, I don't know. Like, okay, great news, the fleet is getting updated. Great news that there's more updates coming. I don't know. What is the world coming to? We just don't know. At the end of the day, we're going to fly the planes. They're very, very good. They are very, very good. But it's just kind of like, it's weird. That DC-6, man, I mean, okay, it's on ice. It's clearly a business thing. How many people are going to be flying the DC-6 versus the 737s? Yeah, I get it. But like, you know, let's see what happens. Too many add-ons, Chase Plane, definitely. Yeah, more than likely Chase Plane. With the shaking. It does it to me the odd time. But Chase Plane is still kind of early access. It's experimental at this stage, you know. Now, Emerald Scenery Design have released the 1500 Or Sport with a free trial option, ladies and gentlemen. So, the important change for Emerald Scenery Design, known primarily for creating detailed sceneries, well, the studio have now crossed into the threshold of aircraft development. And the release of this ultralight suggests that the developer is confident in the product. It launched with a free trial option in Flight Sim 2024's marketplace. A strategy allows simmers to bypass the guesswork usually associated with new aircraft, rather than relying solely on screenshots. So, well, you get to have a blast and see what you think. The developer describes the project origin as a personal side quest that evolved into a commercial product through collaboration. While Emerald Scenery Design led the project, the credit list indicates significant technical backing from established names in the community. Modelling and texturing were handled by Mike Rode, while the flight model was tuned by Smitty from eStall. We know that Rodernut is involved here as well. Perhaps most telling from the potential system depth is the acknowledgement of support from developers like Hans Hartmann and the Got Friends team. The 1500 Or Sport is not built for cross-country speed. It's powered by a itty-bitty 40 horsepower Rotax two-stroke engine, and it's designed for low and slow operations. The flight characteristics focus on high drag, high lift performance, capable of takeoff rolls with just under 100 feet. According to the product documentation, the systems include specific two-stroke choke behaviours and also prop damage. Ooh, a Rotax 447. Yes, it is. Developers say the aircraft also utilizes dynamic vibration effects to provide visual feedback on the engine performance. The aircraft is available right now for both 2020 and 2024. And of course, you can pick it up over on Orbx as well. We're going to be checking this machine out tonight. We have a little trailer here we'll show. I don't know how I'm fixed for sounds.
The airliner.
We could be lucky, right? Let's have a gawk and
You just feel like loading up Flight Simulator and going for a good old-fashioned spin. I mean, you could do it in a big, bulky airliner or a sluggish, slow single prop, but I'd prefer to load up this bad boy. The Minimax 1500R Sport from our mates at Emerald Scenery Design. This little beauty produces about 40 horsepower from its Rotax 447 power plant, and although it might look like a toy, you should definitely fly with caution. Reason being is this add-on actually includes the ability to brake the propeller, which results in engine damage like this. Now, the goal from the developers at Emerald Scenery Design wasn't to produce a study-level aircraft, but rather something you can pull out and fly on the weekend with mates, while also including enough for those who prefer more in-depth systems. It includes a really simple but effective user interface, something we really haven't seen before with this blueprint look. And from here, we can toggle certain features like headphone mode and even smoke generator, just to name a couple. This little ripper is loads of fun, easy to use, and perfect for those flights where you're
well, we did kind of see the blueprint before from Got Friends. But anyway, we're going to be checking out this aircraft tonight because it's cool looking. It is cool looking, right? So more on that in a little bit. Something here, and I want to kind of reiterate this, lads, because I think this is, for developers out there, this is a way of gaining thrust and also getting your reputation. And developers are going to argue with me saying, Murph, I'm wrong. But I'm telling you, as consumers, I think this is what the consumer wants. You can argue with me, but I'm right? What I'm saying here is, Vasco wrote this article about, you know, the new T38 is fun, but the real winner is having the free trial. And that's something that's new for us as flight simmers. It's getting the ability to trial an aircraft for free for, you know, a short period of time. Developers need to really rethink their strategy here, because at the end of the day, you can go out and buy an add-on, expect it to do this, that, and the other, and it just doesn't do it. You're stuck. There's no refunds, right? Or you're going to be plaguing said developer for looking for all these updates. Hey, why isn't this working? Hey, why isn't that working? At least if you trial the aircraft, you know what you're getting before you have to. But no, shag off. But you know what I mean? Like, I think the idea of having a free trial of an aircraft is absolutely brilliant from the consumer. It just is, right? How that affects developers, I just don't know. You could say on one hand, you know, from the developer side, well, you know, if they really believe in their product, well, they're not worried about a free trial, right? You've other developers then who have proper concerns, you know, well, piracy. Right, you know, yeah, it's a free trial, and next thing, somehow they've managed to keep it. Maybe that's something that needs to be tightened up. I don't know, but I think having a free trial, as consumers, this is it's genius. It just is genius. The amount of aircraft available now, the amount of add-ons, the sheer amount of stuff. I think it's almost vital now that we have a way to trial the aircraft as best as we possibly can. What do you think? Fidezzo, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Linny is here. Welcome aboard. What do you think? I mean, like, there's some aircraft you say, yeah, I'd love to grab it, but it's 20 quid, and you know, it looked good on his machine, but it didn't work well on my machine. It cuts out all of that. And it's important to note, you know, Got Friends have all their stuff available as a free trial, you know? Briggsy, good to see you. It is a way to get new punters in. I agree. I love the free trial. Yeah, like, I think it's great. Most of us have probably bought a plane and regretted it. I'm all for a free trial, says Lenny. That's the thing, right? And it's not, you know, I just think it's class, right? Like, out of 3,245 add-ons, 74 of them offer a free trial. 7 aircraft amongst the 537 at 1.3%. What? You know what I mean? I've bought a few I regret. I've done the same. I've bought aircraft that I just, why did I do that? You know what I mean? We put the new Aeroprac for free trial as well to match our other products, but still waiting on approval. I think lots more will come out once the devs from Microsoft approve it. Yeah, 100%. I think it's brilliant. Logo Light says, I'm free trialing SayIntentions today and I'm sold. That's the thing, right? Try it out first. You'll know then, does this actually suit me? Is it the aircraft I want to fly? Am I happy with it? You know, does it work? Right? I'd love to see more of that. And again, like, third-party developers are going to say, listen, yeah, wouldn't it be great in a consumer world? But, you know, it's potentially risky for us, or it'll damage us. Yes, but, you know, consumers, man, consumers. But let's see if more get added to that list. But I thought that was pretty cool. Gaia Simulations, we gave you this news last week, and they've since shared a couple of new previews of Corfu that they're working on. I'm very much looking forward to this because it's gorgeous. Flight Tampa did the original Corfu that I remember. But this one from Gaia looks absolutely gorgeous. Haven't got a release date just yet, but the pictures look absolutely stunning. But that's not all. In addition to Corfu, Gaia Simulations or Gaia Studios, they've also confirmed that Lima Oscar Whiskey Vienna International Airport is going to receive a version 2 update addressing one of the most requested community updates. Nice one. So they're going to be working on Vienna version 2 as well. Great news there from Gaia, right? Now, FSDG released Cabo Verde Sal for 2020 and 2024. Flight Sim Development Group recently took to their Facebook page to announce the release of their Amilcar Cabral International Airport scenery located on the island country of Cabo Verde. The airport, Golf Victor Alpha Charlie, the primary international gateway for Cabo Verde. And the airport is named after Amilcar Cabral, the first president of the of Guinea. Is it Bissau? And then designed it or designated as an emergency return base for NASA's space shuttle missions. Shannon Airport in Ireland is the very same. Throughout the 20th century, the airport served as a key refuelling stop for many international airlines, including that of Alitalia, South African Airways, Aeroflot, and more. And despite the island's small size, the airport offers an abundance of connections to major hubs throughout Europe and indeed Africa. Got some nice pictures here of it as well. It's mad. Like it is a tiny island, and to have this sort of infrastructure, it's absolutely class, right? Just an interesting destination, or kind of halfway through where we're going. It's available on Aerosoft, priced at $24.99. It's not cheap, but what do we get with it? Well, the rendition offers an accurate and detailed rendition of the scenic yet challenging airport. It features the most up-to-date ground layout, 3D buildings featuring modelled interiors. The latest flight sim technology has been incorporated into the scenery, including that of dynamic lighting, reflective textures and more. And despite the surrounding terrain, FSDG have optimised the airport's design for great performance, while maintaining the visual standard. Between the seaside approach and the strong prevailing crosswinds, well, the airport scenery will test even the most senior flight sim pilots. It's a bit pricey though, isn't it? $24.99. Scenery's going the wrong direction in pricing, I think. But it looks very, very nice. Do you know? Now, moving on, staying with scenery, Dallas-Fort Worth. This was released last week. We had a very quick look at it there last Thursday night. We're going to check it out in more detail this evening. This one is from iniBuilds. And, well, the wait for high-fidelity recreation of one of the world's most critical aviation hubs, well, it's over. iniBuilds have released their rendition of the airport, specifically built to utilise the new features of Flight Sim 2024. They've chosen to model the airport based on the projected 2026 layout. The decision means that virtual pilots can fly in an environment that includes current real-world expansion projects and the construction zones around them. For a hub as large as Dallas, which serves as the primary home for American Airlines, this forward-looking approach ensures the scenery remains relevant as the physical airport evolves. The scale of this airport is difficult to overstate. It is absolutely massive, right? It features 5 terminals with 7 runways, covering a land area larger than the island of Manhattan. The developers say that they focused on unique infrastructure that defines the airport, such as the Skylink light rail system. The automated people mover is fully modelled and animated, connecting all terminals and providing a sense of movement across the vast apron. Technical complexity is another major factor here, with Dallas-Fort Worth being famous for its elevated taxiway bridges that cross active public roads. The iniBuilds version includes these bridges, which require precise modelling to ensure aircraft and the ground traffic interact correctly. The team states that they've used the latest 2024 SDK to optimise performance, which is a necessary consideration given the sheer number of objects that's in this area. You can pick up this scenery from iniBuilds. It's in and around $27 and to celebrate the launch, iniBuilds are also running the Dallas route sale with up to 20% off selected destinations that connect to the Dallas hub. So we have a fully modelled and animated Skylink airtrain system, custom construction zones, detailed elevated taxiway bridges, handmade ground textures with crisp, bespoke texture sets for runways, aprons, paths and roads, true-to-life airport landside recreation with custom ground decals, signposts, vegetation, parking barriers and more, accurately modelled and positioned dynamic airport lighting, 180 plus handcrafted models featuring custom-made buildings, vehicles and objects. Like, look at the list. It's absolutely mad. It's huge. Not including all of the freight areas. Yeah. Now, when you say not including or not including all, as in they have included them, it's pretty mad, right? It's pretty mad. Let me see. Jim is here. Good evening. It was once the second largest airport in the world. It is massive. And we're going to take a look at it tonight. This is one of the, it's just one of those big ones we see from iniBuilds when they release sceneries. Unbelievable. And the VATSIM controllers at DFW have been flat out busy with everyone flying in. It's great to see, man. It's great to see. But it's a huge airport. I visited here twice in the real world. The sense of scale is like you're in a city. It's just huge, you know? Definitely worth the money. Well done by ini. I think so. Like, when you consider the scale of this airport, mix that then with the, the performance and, well, everything that goes with it, the feature set. It's freaking huge, right? It's huge. So well done to iniBuilds. We'll have a look at this a little bit later on as well. Next up, Flight to High. They've expanded their East Coast and Southern coverage with a dual airport release for Microsoft Flight Sim. Tonight, we're going to be checking out Birmingham Shuttlesworth International, Kilo Bravo Hotel Mike, and then maybe next week we'll check out Tweed New Haven. Very different airports. Pretty cool, right? So Birmingham in particular fills a glaring gap in the Deep South. Despite being the largest airport in Alabama and a major hub for Southwest and Delta, Birmingham often overlooked by developers in favour of larger hubs such as, Atlanta or indeed Nashville. By bringing the scenery to 2024, Fly to High provides a logical destination for short-haul hops across the Sun Belt. Developers say their rendition of the airport is built specifically to take advantage of the 2024 architecture, and the airport serves as a primary logistical centre, and the scenery reflects this with a focus on the cargo ramps and distinctive terminal architecture. The package includes high-resolution ground textures, custom modelling for the terminal interior, and for pilots who enjoy hub and spoke operations, the release offers high-fidelity endpoints for routes coming from major Florida airports or even North and South Carolina. It does serve as a middle ground for those who find default airports lacking in the soul and grit of the real-world regional hub. It's available over on Orbx, $16.10. We'll have a quick look here at the trailer. But, yeah, man, I think it looks kind of pretty. Do you know? We'll do, oh, Jesus, a bit of tunage for this one. I always tend to be drawn to airports that kind of have mixed uses, be it on the cargo front or even just, general aviation. And of course you have your commercial stuff. So there's a nice bit with that. Next up then, Tweed New Haven. Well, it's about a specific modern success story. In recent years, the airport has transformed from a quiet general aviation field into a bustling base for Avelo Airlines. It makes a primary interest of the 737-7 and 800 flyers who want to replicate real-world low-cost carrier operations up in the northeast. Fly to High notes that the scenery includes handmade models of the airport buildings and the surrounding area. The challenge of New Haven has always been its relatively short runways and tight approaches. I remember flying into here, using Orbx stuff, and mainly with general aviation. It is not the largest of airports. Like, you're talking a single terminal, 2 or 3 stands. I think that's all it has, and it is in a very nice part of the country. So Tweed New Haven, I'm sure you guys have flown into here before, surely. But Fly to High also releasing this, so you can kind of see 2 very different airports in terms of scale. But again, it offers commercial and general aviation flying in and out of these regions. So yeah, Tweed New Haven, great spot. I mean, you'd be up with the lads from Boston on centre talking to those. Pretty cool. Your man was walking on the spot there. But Connecticut, right? Looks very, very nice. We'll probably check that one out last week. The 2 releases follow a clear pattern for Fly to High. Rather than competing for the mega hub titles like JFK or LAX, they're systematically filling in the secondary and territory markets that actual regional pilots fly. Ooh, very good. Now, Orbx, we're checking this one out as well tonight. Western Australia has gotten a lick of paint because they've just added the Perth Landmarks pack. We checked out Auckland Landmarks last week. I was very impressed with it. And tonight we're going to be checking out Perth. So Orbx, usually busy with releases across the globe, but their latest drop takes them back to their roots, focusing on the capital of Western Australia. For simmers who already own the developer's rendition, the city skyline may have felt somewhat underserved on final approach. That's for the new Airport Perth released. This new release aims to fix the visual disconnect by linking the airport to the coastline with high-fidelity scenery. The default scenery in Microsoft Flight Sim, while generally impressive from afar, relies on photogrammetry and of course can look quite melted or unconvincing when viewed up close. Orbx say the package replaces those generic assets with over 40 custom modelled buildings. The strategy the studio has employed effectively in other city packs like Auckland to improve both performance and the visual fidelity, ensuring that the skyline looks crisp from the cockpit. The focus here is clearly on the VFR experience. The coverage extends along Swan River all the way down to the Fremantle port. The new scenery includes the striking geometry of Elizabeth Quay and detailed marinas that trace the water's edge. For helicopter pilots, the update adds a specific and relevant point of interest. The Royal Perth Hospital now includes a modelled rooftop helipad. Epic Fool, where are you? Offering a challenging landing spot right in the heart of the medical district. Additionally, the inclusion of Langley Park airstrip allows for fixed wing landings in the city centre. Pretty cool. We're checking this one out tonight anyway, but just to give you a quick look at it, I mean, it's such a change. When we're seeing these kind of landmarks being added over, I mean, look at that. That's that's the sim. What? Right? Unbelievably good. And when we start seeing developers like Orbx giving us, bespoke hand-built sceneries for buildings. We've seen it with Samsung, we're seeing it with Orbx. The difference is absolutely shocking. Like, lads, don't adjust your... That looks real. It's nuts. It's nuts. Maybe it is real. I don't know. We're going to check it out. Look, they play in an oval. It's absolutely mad, isn't it? So we're going to be checking this one out now very shortly as we go kind of exploring around Perth. Wait, was that last shot real? Hang on. Was that actually real? That's real, isn't it? Yeah, that's real. Never mind. Why did they do that? Jesus, I'm looking at... That's the future right there. Yes. I'm looking at it going, hang on. That looks a little bit kind of too good. It is too good. It's real. Let me just double check that. Is it real? That looks real to me. Yeah, I can see people walking. There's actual people walking. Now, they're probably doing some sort of a, you know what I mean? Yeah, there was people walking there. Jesus. It might look like that, though. We'll see what the crack is, right? Anyway, it's available right now from Orbx, price of $17.99. We will be checking out, though. I mean, that's the benchmark. They're using real footage so we can compare it. Why else would they put real footage in there? You know what I mean? So yeah, look forward to this. Now, here's one I thought was interesting. A freeware project, Dark Streets mod, extinguishes rural street lighting for realistic nighttime flying. I was like, huh? A mod that gets rid of lights. Interesting. If you've ever flown a night VFR leg over rural Nebraska, or indeed the Australian outback, or on the plains of Spain in Microsoft Flight Sim, well, you've likely noticed something that pulls you right out of the immersion. The rural landscape looks like at night. There's too much light, right? In the sim, we're used to seeing a world where rural roads, lonely highways and farm tracks are lit up the same intensity as suburban neighbourhoods. And in reality, flying over these areas at night time, well, it should exercise in solitude, with only the occasional farmhouse light or distant town breaking the inky blackness. Instead, we often get what looks like a glowing spiderweb spanning the continent. Well, this week, a new freeware project titled MSFS Dark Streets has been released to finally fix this. Developed by a community member, Kiwi Cat, Dark Street uses data from OpenStreetMap and the US Census Bureau to generate exclusion polygons that strip away street lighting from non-urban areas. The goal is to restore the natural darkness of the world, making the lights of actual cities and towns pop with much greater contrast and realism. Right? Dark streets. Yeah. Better in 2020 than in 2024 for now. While the mod seems to be working great in 2020, those flying in 24 need to be aware of a significant technical caveat. Due to a bug in how the new sim handles LOD, the effect is currently limited to the immediate area around your aircraft. Maybe it's an option for 2020. There is like default, and you can kind of see lights on the horizon. Then you have dark streets, right? I don't know. My preference, I like seeing more light out there. I like seeing street lamps. I like seeing the lights in the motorways. That's just me, right? Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? It's freeware. The caveat, of course, it's working grand in 2020. 2024, maybe wait for the fix, right? But you can grab it over on flightsim.to. Dark Streets is the name of it. Yeah, check it out, lads. Free. We always like free. Did you see this? So Terra Builder announces Spaceport. It's a physics-based spaceflight module for Microsoft Flight Sim. The boundary between atmospheric flight sim and space exploration has always been a rigid line in Microsoft Flight Sim. While developers have previously created convincing visual replicas of rocket launches, they generally relied on clever animation rather than actual flight dynamics. Terra Builder, the team that previously overhauled the Kennedy Space Center, is now attempting to bridge that gap with a new project called Spaceport. Back in May, Terra Builder's release of Kennedy Space Center version 2 with added dynamic animations and live rocket launches, we checked it out here, but the release focused on the visual spectacle of spaceflight from the ground. With Spaceport, the developer claims to be addressing the physics required to actually pilot a vehicle into orbit. According to the announcement on the forums, Spaceport is being designed as a comprehensive module for both 2020 and 2024. The goal is to introduce astrodynamic and ballast physics into the platform. The Sim's native engine is built for aerodynamic flight within the atmosphere, so introducing orbital mechanics, well, it represents a complex technical challenge. Terra Builder say the module will enable high-fidelity simulation of spaceflight directly inside the existing ecosystem. It's an ambitious proposition that could enable simmers to potentially handle the entire mission profile of launching into space and then come back down to the Earth. The developer notes that they're utilizing the visual environment of the current platform while layering these new physics calculations on top. Beyond the physics, Terra Builder is building Spaceport as a foundation for other creators. The team has confirmed plans to release a Spaceport SDK. The toolkit is intended to allow third-party developers to build and configure their own launch vehicles, boosters, and indeed payloads. Project currently work in progress, but the team has expressed a high degree of confidence in the current state of development. This is friggin' nuts. Now, whether or not this is going to work, lads, I couldn't tell you because they're, code over code, under code, in between other code. You know what I mean? We'll probably get in trouble for playing music. Stupid thing. We'll do this. Yeah, this works. Right. Any minute now, Patrick Stewart will appear on the screen, right? Does it actually bring us up into space? Oh, jeez, it does. So, here's the rocket launch, right? Isn't it kind of mad that we're seeing this, though?
Jesus.
And then we have another video. It's getting mad, lads, isn't it? They should have had Matt Damon try to open the door there, Don't open it! Don't do the... Right. What do you think of this, lads? I think it's absolutely nuts. How real they're going to be able to make it, I don't know, but isn't it cool? Right? The sky is not the limit. Clearly it's not. This is absolutely mad. Isn't it mad? In space, there is no upside down, right? Is Elon watching? He probably is. Probably dock it with the quasar someday. You can be damn sure that'll happen. Like, I love this idea. Again, it's tipping our hat to what Microsoft and Asobo have built, and now people are like, man, imagine like just even sitting up there looking down on the Earth, like it's nuts, like what imagination could do, you know. Hope NASA isn't watching. Aren't they launching Artemis or something next week? Looks like a military shuttle. Yeah. Look, it's cool to see. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know how they're going to figure out the physics or the tech, right? But it looks great. Artemis delayed until March. No way. What? Are they going to add a moon model that you can land on? That's what's going to happen next. Could you imagine if you could do that? If you're into this kind of thing, I recommend Re-Entry, says Chocks. I think it's pretty cool. Me brain gets sore now thinking about it. But like, these are all tech demos, but like, lads, I think this is fantastic. I think it's deadly. Do you know? Great way for learning as well. I mean, space travel is, I mean, like they're planning to go to the moon in the next 2 years again, right? And then with the mission to Mars. So there's going to be a huge draw behind spaceflight once again. It's going to be back like the 1960s. It's going to be nuts. Astronauts would be driving Teslas. I know, but do you know what I mean? Mess up and it is deadly. Yeah. Edward, Tedward, and Edward Ward in space, you know. Vatsim, yeah. Could you imagine? I think it's class though. I'm excited to see it go this direction. Like it's something different. You know what I mean? And it gives us at least some sense of what astronauts have done and what they continue to do. Right? I think it's brilliant. Make it so. Yeah, absolutely, man. I think it's a great idea. How they're going to get this to work, I have no idea. Right? But it looks very, very good. Do you know? Now, there's an update for GSX. They've added the Motor Talk tug and seated passengers for the MD-11 and the A340 in the latest update. Now, I think this was broken when it first came out, but they fixed it since. They're releasing version 3.7.6 of GSX Pro. Walking with Death, welcome in. And while point updates often fly under the radar, this one includes a specific piece of equipment that adds a bit of modernization to ground operations. The headline features the introduction of the Motor Talk, a driverless electrical remote control tug that's becoming increasingly common at major international airports. High-tech pushback. For those unfamiliar with ground ops evolution, well, this vehicle is compact. It's a powerful tug, often used to maneuver aircraft in tight spaces where traditional tow bars or massive tow trucks are cumbersome. Famously used at British Airways Terminal 5 at Heathrow, amongst other hubs, right? And they've modelled two variants, an 8600M for aircraft up to 80 tonne, the likes of an A320, 737, and then the Spacer 200 for the heavier, wide bodies, right? Literally just done watching 10 Things I Wish I Knew Sooner in Flight Sim video as I'm learning on the PS5. Oh, nice. Thank you very much. Welcome in, buddy. However, there is a catch the profile creators need to be aware of. The Motor Talk will never appear automatically. FS Dream Team have designed this as an opt-in feature to preserve realism, so you won't randomly see a high-tech electric tug at a rural airfield in the 1980s. It must be explicitly selected at the airport customization page under the pushback type field. This means we likely won't see these in action until community creators update their airport profiles, or users manually customize their favorite parking spots. Cabin immersion for the latest wide-body aircraft. Beyond the new tug, the release focuses on expanding the seated passengers feature, which populates the cabin with 3D humans. Support now officially added for the two recent heavyweights, the TFDI design MD-11 and the iniBuilds A340. Specifically, the passenger variant, the VIP version, is coming later. Ooh. For simmers who enjoy the view from the wing or the cabin during boarding, this officially closes the gap for two of the most popular long haulers in the sim. I don't know. I've never been big on it. You know what I mean? It looks grand and all, but like, I don't know. What are your thoughts on having like it? You know, do we need this? Some people say, well, it's better than having an empty cabin behind you. Yeah, I get that. It looks weird and cool at the same time, you know. The update also addresses a minor but persistent annoyance regarding pushback walker. Previously, depending on the aircraft's height or the cockpit shape, the ground crew member holding the bypass pin might be obscured from view during the final salute. Apart from the fact that they actually walk into the plane. The new updates uses internal profile data based on the cockpit eye point to ensure that the operator is always visible. Finally, the installer received a significant overhaul. It now features a new download method, which is better progress reporting and smarter handling for ghost community folders. So a lot of new features there. So if you have GSX, do be sure to give it a good owl update, lads, because there's pretty cool stuff here, you know. VAT Simmers almost never do cabin tours. Heisenberg knows the guy in the last row. Did he have a ticket? It's kind of mad, isn't it? I think that it looks cool. GSX looks brilliant. I gotta say, like when you're at an airport and everything's connecting and you can see it's very immersive. But yeah, I don't know, the passengers. It's both brilliant and kind of odd at the same time, but brilliant all the same. Now, FS Realistic Plus has launched. This came out the other day. It needs chase plane because it's actually powered by chase plane. And what FS Realistic does, the Plus variant, I mean, you can still keep your FS Realistic Pro or whatever it was called. This is a new version that interlocks with chase plane, adding camera effects and different sounds to different phases of your flight, be it with turbulence, you know, roll effects, turning, head anticipation as you turn the controls, you know, the head movement, it's all of that kind of stuff, right? There's a lot going on with this product. I'm using it at the moment. I find that I turn it off. Right? Because there's too much. There's just too much, right? But give it time. There'll be proper profiles. I've put out a few profiles already just to calm things down. Like when you load into an aircraft, you know, and it's, you know, like a Cessna, just people talking. It's like, what's that noise? Is there someone in my house? Why is there noise? Right? And also the head movements, well, they're very dramatic, or at least they can be. So you have to do a bit of dialing with settings. It does make it very immersive, though. I will give them that. And some of the sounds that they've added are very interesting. They're very interesting. If you are an owner of FS Realistic, the previous version, it's like an €8 upgrade to get the Plus, right? Or you can buy it flat out, but it needs to have chase plane. This won't work without chase plane. That's important to have. So, yeah. You can buy it now, standalone, $29.99 at the RK App Store, or as I said, there's like an €8 upgrade. You know what I mean? Practically Geek, good to see you, buddy. Just got this, but need chase plane. It won't work without chase plane, 100%. Voyager Sun is here, good to see you. Yeah, we seen the head whiplash on me flight. Yeah, when I landed, you know, it looked absolutely like Jesus. And yet, you know, the co-pilot said, you know, great landing, Captain. Right, the whole camera went bananas. But anyway, it is pretty cool. I think it needs a small bit of taming. It's very powerful. It's very, very powerful. And it's great to see them now being able to dial into what Parallel 42 have brought us. Because make no mistake, it enhances chase plane. And of course, chase plane enables this. So it's an interesting combination. So it's quite good. But just be aware, you'll have to do a bit of tinkering to get the settings just right. You know what I mean? Malky says, a €30 app that needs another €30 app to work. Yeah. When you consider that way, yes. All good, Practically Geek. Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're well. Lots of cool new sceneries coming out, man. I've seen you busy with those. Hugh Nefron says, Murph, which rotor pedals do you recommend around €300? If you can stretch to like 3 and a bit, I would say the Moza MRPs, they're excellent. They're absolutely excellent. I haven't tried the wing control ones. I heard great things about them, you know, but I think they're in around that price point. They're very, very good. They're like 350, 360, something like that. Well worth the watch. I did a video on them a while ago. Have a look at that video and see if they work, as in if they're your style, right? But yeah, the Turtle Beach aren't bad either. They're kind of plastic in places though, but yeah, I've heard good things about them. Wing control pedals are awesome. Yeah. Like I haven't tried them, so I can't tell you. I use the Thrustmaster TPRs and I've the Moza MRPs. I love both of them. The MRPs, very, very smooth, man. Very, very smooth. You know, very, very good. Anyway, moving on. Dark Blue Scenery have released new... Now, how do you pronounce this, lads? I was going to Google it. Is it... Right, because I said something earlier on. I said, there's no way it's called that. Is it Cheetos or Cheetos? It's in Japan, so it's Japanese. So if you say it fast enough, you know, Cheetos. Anyway, for X-Plane, right? Japan's 5th busiest passenger airport on the northernmost island of Hokkaido, right? This airport, Romeo Juliet Charlie Charlie, has touched down for X-Plane. Number of runways to choose from. The airport serves both civilian and military operations. The scenery also includes an airbase with modelled Japanese Air Self-Defense Force equipment and also the Air Defence Unit installations. You can buy this over on the... where is this coming from? Aerosoft for €15.99. Ooh. X-Plane lighting, man. Jesus. Do you know what I can't understand? Japanese writing. Do you know? Cheetose. No, wait. Cheetose. Is it Cheetose? Good man yourself. I don't understand English either, right? Now, staying with X-Plane for the moment, Airfoil Labs. Airfoil Labs are as close as you can get to like an A2A developer on X-Plane. That's my humble opinion. But anyway, they've recently shared a development update for their upcoming Boeing 737 MAX. And this looks pretty impressive, right? Both the tail and wings have undergone extensive modifications, and Airfoil reporting that the work on the rudder and horizontal stabilizer is now complete, featuring fully animated systems with new textures, PBR, and the added vibration effects. The wings have also been improved. For instance, the geometry has been refined and separate components such as the slats and flaps and spoilers have received individual animations. There's still very much work in progress, right? Only English I know is New Zealand English. There you go. Kia ora. This machine is looking very, very good. I've been watching the progress of the Airfoil Labs. They say that the engines have undergone a complete overhaul, including animations for the engine cowling and the cover, the mesh enhancements, reverser animations, and more. The display systems have undergone significant improvements. Many are now complete, such as the primary flight display, implemented alt disagree and IAS disagree, pre-selected vertical speed, graphic proportions, EFIS control. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. But you can see where they're very much focusing on the core systems to keep accuracy and realism at like the top end of this project. No release date, no price, but we just know that Airfoil Labs are working on a 737 MAX over in the land of X-Plane, and it is starting to come along very nicely indeed. As I said, Airfoil Labs, they've released some crackers already, the likes of the Cessna 172s, study level, and of course the King Air 350 study level. Incredible stuff. Also working on a C-47. But anyway, I digress. I was chatting to the Time Machine Design lads, a great bunch of lads. Time Machine Design, these are the guys who worked on Hadrian's Wall, amongst other projects. And I'm mad to get our Hadrian's Wall stuff up and running. We're just waiting on the... they're waiting on 2024 stuff to come. However, they're also working on a side project, this one, RAF Kenley, and it's based on the 1940s rendition. The idea being is they are building an accurate rendition of a time period airport in the 1940s, and it is that of RAF Kenley. An iconic Battle of Britain airfield. It appeared on the 17th, as it appeared on the 17th of August 1940, the day before the devastating low-level air raid on the hardest day. Right? What they're building, an original hand-drawn plan from December 1939 from the Kenley Squadron Operations Record Book, the Air Ministry Plan of 1946, the original drawings for specific buildings from the RAF Museum. Like Time Machine Designs, you've seen what these guys have already released. Incredible stuff when it comes to accuracy of the history side of it, right? Captain Kremen, sorry to butt in, guys. Does anyone know if the wind control Boeing FCU works with the PMDG MAX? There's no PMDG MAX. Are you thinking like the default MAX or the iFly MAX, Captain Kremen? Anyway, short answer is yes. It may not work natively, but you can get the... the whatchamacallit, the Moby flight profile. That will make it work, right? But yes, S. Boylaw, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. So we saw some of these pictures, right? As in, look, these are the original plans, married quarters and all this kind of jazz, right? And then they were rendering, you know, the aircraft dispersal pen, right? Modeling like the telephones, like this is what they're diving into here when it comes to the realism. How the barrack buildings, the officers' mess, right? Some of the vehicles, they've even modelled friggin' Bofors 40mm anti-aircraft guns. I was a gun commander on one of these, right? Ours had wheels and a radar, but that's not important right now. A pillbox. But recently as up to, you know, a couple of hours ago, they have more information because they're also going to be including static aircraft, mainly Hurricanes, around the airport as well. And this is showing us some of the models. And they're not just any old Hurricanes. These are the actual Hurricanes that were based there based on the squadron numbers, the colours, and all the shebang as well. And I gotta say, as like, you know, 3D modelled or static traffic, I think it looks very, very good. Got a Spitfire in there as well, right? So this is the project that they're working on, and I think this is going to be cool. It's going to be that of 1940s RAF Kenley, which could be just an amazing experience to fly out of. You know what I mean? Someone trusted you to be a gun commander. They did, yeah. Mad, right? But this is pretty cool. So I wanted to just let you know, hey, they're working on this. Time Machine Designs, while Hadrian's Wall is getting updated for 2024, they're also working on RAF Kenley, and this is going to be coming soon. We're expecting news at FS Weekend. Now, speaking of FS Weekend, it's happening terribly soon, don't you know? So, 2 months to go. On Saturday, March 20th, Sunday, March 21st, we're all off to the Aviodrome once again in Lelystad in the Netherlands. The biggest exhibitor list yet. You'll have the FS Elite stage, the social events, the captain's dinner and the Flight Sim Awards ceremony, the After Dark party, and all and so on. The exhibit floor is friggin' huge, right? And they've actually added in a lot of stuff. So for those who were there last year, these are all new areas, right? There's a ton of new stuff added in. The wind control hall. A wind control hall, right? Meridian have a big table of stuff that'll never sell, but that's there. You have an iniBuilds hall, the iniBuilds hall, Navigraph hall. So like there's a lot of them, right? Meridian have a hall. I mean, well, right, you're right. I just want to be proven wrong by Meridian. I want to see the stuff. But anyway, there's loads of stuff going to be at this event. Brunner are going to be there. Microsoft Flight Simulator are going to be there. We're going to have Moza. We have Motozolo. So Motozolo was that like small replica of an entire Airbus cockpit. Do you remember the really small ones? Great for... there's a media corner supported by Threshold. Right. Navigraph, iniBuilds, Meridian, wind control, all over this neck of the woods, including Contrail, fly-by-wire. You have Scalarchy over here as well, right? And then we've a bar load of stuff here. Where's the bar? There's no bar. There's no bar on site. Surprised to see Meridian with a large footprint. That's expensive. They need to win. Like, we won't rant about Meridian. Their gear looks brilliant. It's intuitive. It's you know, they're redefining what hardware can do with this modular stuff. I want to see the thing. They need to wait. Just get this stuff out there. You know what I mean? It's very exciting to see what they're working on. We just haven't seen it yet. And we were told this time last year, it's coming real soon. We'll have it for you. Then we went to Expo. It's coming soon, real soon. You know, and now here we are again. Is it out yet? You know. I'm bringing a hip flask this time. Yep. Will you be going live at FS Weekend? Yes, I will. We'll do an owl stream. I'll be visiting iniBuilds. I'll be with the guys over at the iniBuilds hall. We'll be checking in the guys at Navigraph, SayIntentions on air, and it's going to be a busy one. It's going to be brilliant. You know. So it's in March. Right? And it's going to be brilliant. Going to be brilliant. The FS Elite stage is returning as they prepare to show the schedule. They're going to be product seminars, competitions, quizzes, games, and all the jazz. There's going to be some social events there, including their After Dark party. Ready to celebrate with other simmers and developers. So they're going to the hotel, music, drinks, and a full evening of energy. You can dance, unwind, and enjoy the night with exhibitors, partners, and the wider community. It's a chance to let go after a long day, meet people in more relaxed atmosphere, and make the most of a weekend. And dance like an Egypt in front of people you shouldn't be dancing in front of like an Egypt. It should be a bit of crack, this, you know? Wish I could go to FS Weekend and Expo 1 year. Yeah, it's so good, man. It's so good. They're brilliant. They absolutely are. But yeah, it's going to be fun, isn't it? Simmer dancing. Yeah, I kind of got that. And like, yeah, they're all flight simmers. What? No, they're not. Right? They did this before. X-Plane did a rave last year. The rave conducted of Austin playing X-Plane at the DJ booth, Swiss playing music and playing X-Plane, and everyone else was standing there looking at them. That was brilliant. Brilliant, right? You walk in, it was all disco lights and everything. I was like, what are we doing in here, lads? Don't look at anyone. Don't make eye contact. Brilliant, right? But great fun, right? And that's the thing about this, lads. It's great fun, and like, it's just funny. I mean, never take yourself too seriously, right? You know what I mean? And Murph, you were going there. I was making the sounds, you know. But it's so much fun. Everyone's in a great mood. It's all very much well-to-do, if that makes sense. There's no drama. There's no bullshit. Everyone's just in a good mood. And these, the social events are great fun. And even if it's not your thing, right? Even if these social events aren't your thing, still go to them. Just do a bit of people watching. It's fun, man. It's fun, right? So anyway, we'll keep you up to date on what all this is going to be. That's if we make it there, you know. Seemingly Muse fan has challenged Gibbo to a game of snooker or pool. Myself and Adam are going to referee it, you know. So I want to come for the drama. So anyway, FS Weekend is coming very, very soon. Also then, we will turn our attention to FS Expo, which is coming up very soon as well. And Evan is due to join us, I think, next week on Dunmore Flying for a chat, you know. Sure, I always beat you anyway. You waste the time. You beat yourself, Muse, in fairness, you know. But anyway, now, before we move on any further, flightsimtees.com, the place where they dress you to look like a man, or, you know, female. But anyway, I wanted to show you this. This is Gibbo's website, Gibbo Ireland. He's in the chat. And he designs all these things. He makes them, and then he sells them, and you can buy them, right? And if you want to be very fancy, if something here, you know, tickles your fancy, there's a button after appearing on the top of the screen. You can use a discount code TTM for an exclusive 10% off, because saving money is always a good thing. But what I wanted to show you, they've added a brand new design, and I think this only dropped. Was this only today, Gibbo, or yesterday? I'm not sure. But anyway, it's one of the coolest t-shirts I've ever seen. Good luck. We're all counting on you. I mean, that's deadly, right? We need that, and it's just brilliant, right? And you can get it as a t-shirt. There's Roderick modelling it there now, and Pajo, or Pajo, yeah, Pajo, right? But they've also done it in a hoodie. You see, if it's cold, well, you can wear a hoodie and then you can wear the stuff, right? Notice that he isn't using me to model it. Yeah. You know, my rates are too high. But you get it as a hoodie as well. Lads, I wear this gear. It's comfortable clothing. Anyone who's bought it in our community, you can put your hands up, because you'll tell us if it's good or not good. It's always good. It's always good. Gibbo does incredible work with, he does an incredible job with this. He works really hard at it, and it's very, very good. Gibbo wants to sell them. Yeah, don't use me as the model, right? I'm wearing one today, says Scott. There you go, right? So keep an eye on the website, because what happens, what Gibbo does, when new stuff comes on the scene, other stuff goes off the scene, right? So you want to watch for that. So you see where they're departing soon and all this kind of jazz. So keep an eye on the website. There's some incredible cool stuff there. And if there's a design perhaps that you would like, if you're like a content creator or you want to get your own apparel up and running, well, reach out to them. You know, reach out to them. The other t-shirts that I love, and I have one for Casement Aerodrome. It's a customizable your airport here. So like, you just send them through to say, hey, I want this airport code. It'll give you the name, the lat long, the location, and a digital layout of the airport. This is pretty cool. Right? They're very, very good. And where's Big One, or Big and Hill was a cool one. You got an order for Biggin Hill. Oh, nice. Speaking of Biggin Hill, look what you can do here with the Spitfire. Your initials. It's deadly. Cornwolf, thank you very much indeed for 33 months. Cheers, buddy. Look at this fella. That's his name is Giuseppe, and well, he's wearing, look at this. It's a TTM Hurricane. Ah, jeez, now brilliant. Right. Yes, the TTM squadron back in the day. Right, absolutely brilliant. But you get the idea. You can customize these. You can put in your own. It's a great gift for someone as well. You know what I mean? That's not a Hurricane, Murph. It's not actually. Well, no, it's not. It's a Spitfire. Ah, brilliant. Come on, Malky. It's not just a Spitfire. It's your Spitfire, right? Why? It looked like a Hurricane from the side. Shag off. Listen, I'm tired. I've been working all day. His name, Alan India. Also known as AI. Wait, no, it's not. That's not AI. Cornwolf, I was there for the photo shoots. Sure, look at this. This is Huey Lewis. He just didn't want to tell us, right? Huey, get in there. We take a photograph of you. Yeah, no bother. It's hip to be, right? Brilliant. But yeah, this we haven't seen him for a while. You know, he bought one T-shirt and then he went out into the jungle. Dewey Lewis, right? But you get the idea, right? Check it out, lads. There's some really good stuff there. And when you see a design, well, grab it because they'll go. And when they're gone, they're gone. Until, they come back later on, maybe. I don't know. But do be sure to use that code above. It gets you 10% off. Saves you money. Anyway, so well done, Gibbo. Excellent stuff. And we're very much looking forward to the new underpants line coming soon, right? But yes, brilliant stuff. Now, what was I doing over here? Why did I have this? I don't know why I went over here. Think, Murphy, think. Oh no, I pressed the button twice. Here's something, and we're not going to spend too long on this. I just want to talk about this briefly, right? This is the trailer for Forza 6. Gibbo was like, Murph, did you see what they're doing with this? So I watched it, and I watched the video of your man talking about Forza and what they're doing here. These are like, right next door to Microsoft Flight Sim, right? Now, Forza Horizon is different than your kind of Forza Motorsport, but this is Horizon 6, right? And not to get too much caught up in the hype, because it's very hard to trust developers and teams saying how good something is actually going to be, because when it gets released, it either be released a shadow of its former self, or there's bugs that just weren't picked up on, right? So you have to kind of manage expectations here. However, we all remember Starfield, right? But anyway, looking at this, and apart from how gorgeous it looks, and it looks gorgeous, the details, the lighting, the physics, the friggin' how the world looks, absolutely amazing, right? As in, like, jaw-droppingly good. Beautiful stuff. You're looking at it going, there's no way that's a trailer. No, it's not. It's all recorded from in-game footage, which is pretty cool. And they just happen to pick a very nice location. It's all in Japan, you see. But there's something else that they're doing here, because they seem to be focusing a lot more on community, which I'm very excited to see. Now, the last Forza game we played, Forza 5, well, there was parts of it that were just broken and crap. But the previous, we did play Forza Horizon 5, was it? And that was a lot of fun, right? What I like about this is they have this idea about having the whole thing aimed at community and multiplayer, right? So yes, the graphics are jaw-dropping, the lighting is insane, the car models, I'm sure the sounds, everything here looks absolutely top-drawer stuff. But then they go one further because, well, they're showing what the community importance is. And it's not just about setting up your races or being able to connect with fellow racers and all this kind of jazz, right? They're doing other stuff. And one of them I thought was very interesting was this kind of base building, right? We'll jump on the... And, like, look at the customizations here. Imagine if we could do this in Flight Sim. Now, I don't mean, put a super turbocharged friggin' monstrosity into an old Cessna 150. But imagine we could customize our aircraft. Could you imagine that? A paint shop. Add features to our aircraft. Wouldn't that be just the balls, right? It'd be the balls. It'd be great. But anyway, what I want to look at here, which is down the road, apart from, like, look at the state, right? This sort of crack. This sort of crack. Your area, your location, your collection of things. I'd fly a 152 with a Merlin in it. With no windshield. Good to see you, War Hamster. Like, here is a place that you can call your home, upgrade it, do it up, paint it. But then it goes into this. Look at this. You unlock it. You build a base. You build this massive base, and the thing is persistent. It's now released in the world. Your friends can come along and say, I don't like what you've done here, but I like that boulder. That is a nice boulder. I think this focus is absolutely insane, and on that merit alone, this is going to be on my list of things to buy. It just is, lads, because I want to try it out. Now, if it's a hot mess of, graphical turmoil and coding, well then, that's why we can't have nice things. But if it isn't, if they actually make this work, and this sort of idea that you have your own space, your own identity, your own way to express yourself within a game, bring it on for Flight Sim, will you? I think this would be brilliant, right? Brilliant. But anyway, so that was the Forza stuff. It looks absolutely insane. And a shout out to Gibbo for giving us the heads up. Oh yeah, co-building tracks with your player, with other players in real time, live. What? Make that a left turn. No, shag off. It's going to be a right turn. Make it a right and a left turn. That's what you can do with this. It sounds incredible, right? Whether or not it's going to be the success we wanted, again, I can't really trust developers in their studio saying it's going to do this, it's going to do that. Wait until we have it. It's the safest bet. Wait until it's released. Then we'll judge it. You know what I mean? But yeah. Pretty cool, right? Is this the future? Is this the direction we want other things to go? I don't know. Looks brilliant. Anyway, last thing now, our update from SayIntentions. They've added a couple of features here, and I wanted to talk about them briefly. So this week, which was Friday, the updates, there's new voices, and if anyone was watching our stream yesterday morning, we're over in X-Plane, and I was flying in a Phenom, and we did ATC in our second flight from SayIntentions. It was bang on. The voices were so good. So good, right? And then, for the sheer crack of it, I said, I want to divert to another airport. And ATC was like, no, you're not. Go to your originally planned one. So then I think someone in the chat said, I think it was Malky, declare an emergency and then see what they say. Right. So I horsed in 7600 into me squawk. Now, that was the wrong frequency, but I was shocked. When I put 7600 in, SayIntentions came on the radio going, we can see that you're squawking 7600. If you can hear us, proceed to your nearest airport. We'll make sure everything is cleared out of your way. We'll see you on the ground. I was like, I didn't even tell them. They knew it from the squawk. Then I said, right, let's horse in 7700 because that's a general emergency, right? And next thing, SayIntentions are on the blower. We can see you squawking 7700. What is the emergency? And I was like, oh, I have a sick passenger. They're really sick. And we need to land at this other airport. No problem. Head straight in. And they were giving me vectors into, just incredible stuff. And you can't do that on VATSIM. You get a dot wallop before you even, before your arse hit the seat to sit down and fly, right? It's a great way to kind of experience that. Or if you like, even train for that, right? Anyway. Voice updates, they're all brilliant. System refinements, this new TOM or the TOM indicator. I think this is brilliant. Right? So what is the TOM indicator? So from the app, what it does, it's letting you know the tuned operational match. Basically, it's like using a traffic light system. You should be on this frequency, and if you are, it turns green, right? Your next frequency, you're on the correct station, but you haven't checked in yet. So you need to talk on that frequency. And then the red one, you're on the correct station. Sorry, you're on the wrong frequency. You're tuned into the wrong frequency. So you can now glance with your eyes. I'm on the wrong one. Very handy for, SayIntentions ATC. It's just a quality of life update. They said, hey, here's an idea. Boof. And it's in. Brilliant. Cold Nebo says, the thing that impresses me about SayIntentions is that they don't hype away the issues. Instead, they incrementally build cool stuff around them, and if they can't do it one way, they adapt, change gears, and do something they can without going on about how they're going to replace all the pilots in the world. Whatever happened to companies just building products like that? I agree, man. I agree. Like, you know, fix it. It doesn't work. What you want to do? Like, shut it down and no. It's constantly evolving. It's fantastic. It really is. But anyway, that's the TOM indicator, which I think is genius. Wouldn't it be great if VATSIM had this? No, Murph, read your charts and just be in control. But wouldn't it be handy? I need to be talking to this fella if it came up on VPilot. Brilliant, right? The next thing, anyway, where are we here now? Back up the top. Custom cabin crew announcements, right? Custom cabin crew announcements. So what are we talking about here? Well, we'll go down. So custom cabin, an audio preview for partners only at this stage, and then it goes on. But you can use your own MP3 files for cabin announcements. They could be airline specific, safety briefings, background music, assign audio to specific phases of flight, or you can even mix custom audio with the existing AI cabin crew stuff. So folks have been asking for it. You can now replace AI-generated announcement with your own MP3s, whether that's a specific safety briefing, something you recorded yourself, maybe you got it from somewhere else, that doesn't matter. The feature is now live for partners. Note that behavior may evolve based on feedback during 3 to 6 weeks preview before they start rolling it out. In order to do it, head into your pilot portal. You have to be a partner, go into your settings, and then you can enable custom cabin crew. And coming soon for VAs, they're going to be building support for virtual airline admins to share the custom audio packs. So, for example, we're flying with Firefly Air with SayIntentions. You'll get access to, you know, the Firefly Air sound files, if such a thing. Know what I mean? Hermit says, I like almost everything with SayIntentions except for the switch from settings in the client over to the web. Difficult to find what I'm looking for. Yeah, so they moved a lot of the settings off the app and put it back through the pilot portal on a web browser. And that was to speed up the application, you know? Gibbo says, there's such a thing as change fatigue. It feels like a full-time job keeping on top of their new stuff. It's like the 414 with the daily updates. There's a lot of stuff there, but like, that's just how much stuff they're adding in, you know? Like, they're adding in so many stuff, and like, it's not just new features and forget about the core project. They don't do that. Like, they've shown us the stats. Over 80% of their resources is spent on ATC and traffic injection, right? So like this one here, voice updates, and they are very, very good. ATC updates, right? And like, even if you go into your pilot portal, click on what's new, you get a list of things that are new, right? They're so fast implementing changes and updates, you know? I was kind of miffed when it wouldn't let me divert away from Donegal the other day during a GA flight due to absolutely shocking weather. Declare an emergency, maybe. But again, you have two things in which you can do the impossible phase. If that's breaking your ability, you could say in the real world, well, you can't divert. Well, I can't land there, so I'm diverting, right? So feed that back to them, right? Because maybe they've coded it in such a way, no, we don't want too much messing. It's going to interrupt the flows, right? Go back to them and say, lads, I'm the pilot. I'm diverting. Like, it's only out of courtesy I'm telling you I'm diverting. ATC need to sort that headache. You know what I mean? Gelati is here. Good to see you, buddy. Once that comes out for everyone, we need FAA or FFA announcements. Yeah, 100%. 100%. You know? But as always, great stuff from SayIntentions. They're flat out busy. And yeah, it's an interesting point Gibbo makes there, like change fatigue. So much is going on here. But that's because the community is asking them to do all these things. Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of the you know, the double-edged sword. You know, on one side, yes, work and refinements keep the head down. On the second side, well, the community are so open. Hey, can we have this? Hey, can we have that? Hey, can we have this? Yeah, of course you can. Here you go. You know what I mean? So yeah. You had enough to get to Shannon where it was less hectic. Yeah, I just feed it back to them, the impossible fates. That's probably the best thing to do. At least then they know what the crack is. You know what I mean? Right, so my last little bit, I want to show you something here very quickly because I'm terribly, terribly excited about this, right? We all know that the legends that are Taog's Hangar, right? You know Taog's Hangar? Taog's Hangar are, of course, working on a Dauphin helicopter. And Tag sent me a DM earlier on saying, because I've been asking him, and when I say I've been asking him, you know, I've been absolutely melting his head. Please go on, you know you want it, sure, it'll only be absolutely brilliant. And then he sent me a picture, and he sent me this. This is on the forum. Check it out. Would you look at the state of that, ladies and gentlemen? An Irish Air Corps livery for a Dauphin number 246. I flew in that machine. So excited for this. We've no release date, we've no timelines or any of that jazz or prices, but do know that the Dauphin is in development, and he showcased a Irish Air Corps livery, which makes me very happy, right? Can you put you in a heli? Yeah, you could. The exact number 246, yes. 245 went down, but 246. I have photos of it. But 246 was 245, I think, was the one in Tremor, I think. But anyway, very, very excited about this. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and I cannot wait to fly this. I just can't wait to fly it. When this thing comes out, we're flying it. I need to feed it. Look, I was about to say it's missing the mesh over the intake. No, it's not. They have the mesh there, you know. Backwards Ireland flag. Correct, Gibbo, yeah, that's correct. On that side. On the other side, she's the right way around. On that side, it's the opposite way. And they do that as in, you know, they're moving away from you. They copied the Americans. But no, that's correct. On the far side, she's the right way around. I got a message to contact admin. I thought I can ask for an AI tour, pilot, anything. I asked, how'd you make apple pie? How'd you make apple pie? And you got your account suspended. Say intention is, relax, you still have to be professional. I learned my lesson, you were allowed back in. Admin was very kind and respectful. There you go. Briggsy, you have learned not to be asking how to make apple pie. But yeah, it's pretty cool, right? I asked my co-pilot Murph for a coffee before descent, right? What about if it's over and up then? Yeah, did you never notice that? Hang on, I'll show you, look. Where is it now? Bum bum ba da ba da ba. Ba 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 ba. There's the real bird. 246. And there should be there. There's an F. No, he has the F. The F font needs to be smaller. Ah, no, unplayable tag. Oh, no. The 365F, the F needs to be smaller. But apart from that, she's absolutely solid, you know. There's a picture of her inside here, look. This is what it looks like from the other side. Right? With the flag normal. Although the F is bigger now. Jeez, it's the reference photos, I don't know. What Dauphin is that? The Teogs Hanger Dauphin Zith. Isn't it deadly looking? No, it's okay. Look, the F is bigger. The reference photograph to use is bigger, right? They're an absolutely beautiful helicopter, and I cannot wait for this to be released in the sim. The Irish Air Corps Dauphins, absolutely friggin' gorgeous look. Right? Isn't it gorgeous? Yes, Murph, it is. Will you get on with it? Had to share that with you, lads, because I'm so excited for it. So excited for it. Now, right, with that said, friends, that is it for the news. Now it's time to check out the stuff, and we start with the Emerald Scenery Design 1500 or. And bring our sounds in for this, because I want to show you this machine, right? I was away. When is it out? Tell me now. It's no release date yet. No release date yet, right? For the Dauphin Hammy, you know. So this machine, the 1500 or, very interesting. She's an experimental machine, right? And where is this now? As they mentioned it, it's not built for cross country. It has an absolute barrel load of stall capabilities. It's a very basic aircraft, and that's why I kind of like it, right? So if you look at it, from the design of the prop, coming down the fuselage, it's very boxy. We've got some nice textures in there. Bear in mind, lads, there is an issue using chase plane. It won't appear the pilot. So if you're wondering where's the avatar, for whatever reason, he ain't appearing with chase plane. Also, there is a smoke generator on the aircraft, and the smoke generates about, you know, a meter below where it's actually going to be. Okay, so bear that in mind. That is a kind of byproduct because of chase plane. At least that's my understanding of it. So it's not an issue with the aircraft, it's because it's chase plane. Because I've seen it work. I saw Kondo fly it and it was grand, right? But anyway, you can kind of see from the detail here, isn't it nice? And I think, again, the important thing here, lads, you can trial this thing before you buy it. And you might be saying, Murph, who's this for? Who is this aircraft for? Well, this is for someone who enjoys, you know, the light flying low and slow. But isn't it beautiful? It's a gorgeous little thing. Rotor nut, you need to turn them fuel caps around. It's the wrong way, I think. The smoke is another aircraft overwriting the base effect. Yeah. Do you see the fuel caps here? My understanding is they open from the front, so they need to be turned around. Yeah, that could be just the build I'm using. Just an observation. No more if they're like that in the real world. What would you know? You're from Ireland and you're an Egypt. Oh yeah. Where is this now? Good catch, brilliant. Look at this. Experimental amateur build aircraft, right? So it's a 1500R Sport serial number, but I love this, right? Look at this. You got Rotor Nut, Mike Road and Smithy, Emerald Way, Pensacola, Florida. I love that, right? There's passion in this project, and that's what I absolutely love. It's not just, oh yeah, it's a little boxy airplane. No. There's passion in this, right? And, you know, there's details on the thing as well. We can see things like cables. Look at this, look. Right from the rudder. We can see cables here coming on from the elevator and all the jazz. It's just class, right? Beautiful. So we're going to hop in and take it for an old jaunt, right? So we do have the pretty cool Got Friends-esque style. Come hither. Here we go. The blueprint stuff, right? So what we can do, we have an option if we want a little tint on the canopy, have that on or off. A prop spinner. We can have a prop spinner or no prop spinner. So you can see bare as forever, or we can say no, stick it on. Now we have a beautiful little prop spinner, right? Wheel chocks away, pitot cover away, choke simulation, headphone simulation that works. Brilliant. And then a smoke generator, right? So choke simulation, we're going to run with that. So let's come down here. So we have a throttle.
Hello there.
And we have a choke, right? Mike, welcome in. So we're going to add in, we're going to open the choke roughly halfway, and then we'll see, we'll listen to what way it actuates, right? So looking at the aircraft itself, look at these, I mean, look at this. You talk about rudimentary stuff, right? Isn't it mad? All the cables and pulleys, and here we have our rudder pedals, right? And you can see the cables move, look. Right? Pensacola Phil. Oh, do you remember Phil? Groundhog Day. Brilliant epic Phil. Brilliant. The rudder pedals are done really nice. We have this experimental badge on it here. So we'll turn on the master battery. The trim for the aircraft, you're probably saying, how can I trim it? You can trim it down here. Here's your trim. Elevator trim, nose up, nose down. So it's actually underneath your seat. It's mad, isn't it? Right, so can we start this machine? Well, let's find out. Booster 1, 2, both mags are on. Avionics are currently off. Parking brake is off. And let's see what happens with the choke, because we might have to play around with this. This sounds like a radio-controlled airplane with this little Rotex engine. Clear prop! If you get the choke wrong, she cuts out. Yeah, it's mad. It sounds like a hedge trimmer. It's brilliant. A glorified hedge trimmer. Now he's like getting it, lads. Absolutely brilliant, right? Fantastic stuff. Sounds brutal. Yeah, it sounds brilliant. Listen to it. And then for the cockpit. Right? Imagine showing up to like a fly-in with this. Right, let me see. Avionics, stick them on. We have a radio, little transponder built into this little unit. Beautiful glass cockpit or glass dials, steam gauge. There's no lighting, right? There's no lighting. So what we're doing here, we'll get ourselves turned around here. This thing will take off in a sneeze, right? We're in Perth, by the way. Right, we'll give it a blast and see what happens. This thing is going to take off straight away. Power. Airspeed alive, airborne. Look at that. It's like flying a radio-controlled aircraft. It really is. It doesn't sound like a rotor. It's a 433? It's a 40 horsepower engine. Now, as I said, the pilot kind of disappears. 447. The pilot kind of disappears, unfortunately, in chase plane, right? But we'll calm it all down here for a second. Look at the view you have in this thing. Why isn't that working? There we go. Like, you have unrivaled view here. You know what I'm saying? So in terms, and like the noise of the wind. So we're doing about, it's in miles an hour. We're doing about like 50 miles an hour. But you can see the detail on the engine and all that. It's class, like. What an experience. Vienna is about 96 knots. Yeah. The landing distance not as good as the takeoff roll. The takeoff roll is less than 100 feet. But you get the idea as we kind of check out the Perth Landmarks here as well. Isn't it gorgeous? 60 metre takeoff, 100 metre landing. Yeah, so you're close to about 300 feet landing and 100 feet takeoff. It's class. But I love the simplicity of it. As I said, it's the closest thing you're going to get to flying a radio-controlled airplane, right? And yeah, okay, we don't see the pilot avatar. Again, that's a chase plane thing. If you don't have a chase plane, you don't have that issue, right? And it comes with a ton of liveries as well. And it does have smoke in it as well, if you want to throw on the smoke. The only thing is, as I said, is the smoke generator is dropped a couple of feet under it. See what I mean? It's just not perfectly lined up. You know what I mean? Cold Nebo, thank you very much indeed. But it looks cool all the same, doesn't it? Now, Murph, these buildings will hurt, go handy. So it's the 1500 or Sport. And then you have headphone simulation as well. If that's your, you know, if that's what you want. And you can turn off that choke simulation as well. So there's a nice bit of stuff. As I said, there's a free trial on this aircraft, so you very much can check it out to see, well, hang on, is this your type of airplane? Is this something that you think you're going to fly in? You're not going to set any speed records of this thing. You're not going to cover a lot of ground. But for kind of flying around, you know, landmarks like Perth, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Just go exploring. You know what I mean? Add some more power in. Perfect. I see what you did, Eamon. Very good. In terms of aerodynamics, not great. It doesn't like to barrel roll. You know. I definitely would have used this on the Napoleon one. Definitely. Napoleon would have flown this for sure. You know. What do you think of it, lads? If he was any good, he'd land on top of a tower. Listen. Don't you be going on about it now, Muse, right? There's no flaps on this. Looks like a laugh. Looks like... Yeah, it is fun. There's no buildings here that I could even attempt to land this on. you know. But we do have a lovely little airfield here beside us to do just that, right? Try and land it on the tower. He's mad. It'll end up in a terrible mess. Had a horrible seaplane crash into the trees just by the park. No way. Free trial. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
But you get the idea, right? And again, it doesn't have to be for everyone. It's just, I like what they've done here. It's unique. It's so, like, nothing flies like this. This is very different. And the engine as well. You know what I mean? Just something weird and wonderful. Like, it's mad. Like, you'd be saying, who certified this for flight? Surely you can't have the friggin' air filter sticking out like that. You know what I mean? After every flight, you'd have to replace it. The bugs would have it destroyed, sure. Right? Ozymandias, good evening. It just kind of chugs along. So I'll try and take it in here for a landing. We're a little bit high. Oopsie daisy. Yes, we're going to break the sound barrier here, lads. And again, you can break the prop. So be careful not to break the prop. Easy now. Easy now. Easy, easy, easy.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
The blaze. There we go. 102 feet. Landing rate. Not terrible. It's just mad, isn't it? Don't crash it into the clubhouse, Murph. There we have it. A proper sounding engine shutdown as well, right? It's a lot of fun. Hit the oil. Right? Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. So that is the Emerald Scenery Design, the 1500 or Sport. And it's pretty cool. As I said, it comes with a number of different liveries. It's the same performance, mind you. The prop is different, I think, on the different liveries as well. And there's a nice German one. There's US liveries. There's an RAF livery for the fun, right? And as I said, reference photographs. I actually saw one of these that had an enclosed canopy. But others are like this as well. It's a kit-built aeroplane. And it's an ultralight. So, like, you know, this isn't like your Cessna cross country. This is a very much an ultralight airplane, you know? Night to rest, flew this beauty last night. Great little cruiser. Engine is a tad loud for your preference. Yeah. I mean, you have the headphone simulation, right? And, like, look at the detail of it, like. It's very nice, isn't it? And it's a 2024 aircraft, so you can go with the, you know, chocks, remove before flight. They're all clickable, right? Pretty nice. So we're going to move on because we're here to check out Perth. Landmarks Perth by Orbx, right? Now, where was that area here? It was down here, wasn't it? We're trying to see, can we make this look real, right? Real. So let's see what we can do here. So this was kind of the shot they were showing us, right? Wasn't it something like that in the video? And if you change the time of day now to the time of night, it's not a million miles off, is it? That looks pretty decent, to be fair, doesn't it? Jesus. What do you think of that, lads? You need sunset or sunrise. Well, let's just have a zoom in here and look at some of the stuff, look. I mean, that's very pretty, isn't it? Big Al, are you over the Perth neck of the woods, or are you over the other side? Look at that. The lighting is savage. Melbourne, you're on the other side. Okay. The crazy man from Ireland is here. Good to see you. Was a sunset in the trailer shot? Okay. Well, let's have a look. Definitely lights on though, wasn't there? This kind of stuff. Or in fairness though, that is... Hang on, get my mug out of the way. That is pretty impressive now, lads. Isn't it? I mean, that, lads. That's fantastic. And like, you know, lots of buildings. Even down with the little airfield that we started out from. Look, they're all handcrafted buildings. Zappa says that's spot on. Even the bell tower with the tower stuck on top. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Orbx, between Auckland and now this, they've absolutely nailed it. Isn't it very good? That's excellent. Frame rate friendly as well. Very frame rate friendly. It's a big old city as Perth, isn't it? Look at that. Jesus, man, that's brilliant. Well, Orbx did Dublin. It just needs an update. Yeah, they've the new Perth Airport as well. Very, very good. Oh, they've nailed this. They've nailed it. Right, we'll go over to the sports grounds, we. Easy now. Horse ourselves over here. It sounds like not deadly. There's the hospital with the helipad. Jeez, that's very good, isn't it? Let's rumble over here. So, we have an oval pitch for Aussie rules, no doubt, or cricket, right? Is that cricket? Could be cricket, actually. Yeah, that's cricket. And we come over the way. Lovely bridge. I mean, look at the state of that, lads. Ah, jeez, look at that. Papa Justify, good to see it. Or good to see it. Good to see it. Good to see it, buddy. And then here we have Aussie rules. Not to be confused with Quidditch. You know, the West Coast Eagles. Optus Stadium. So Aussie rules footy. Isn't that very good, isn't it? Look at the scale of the place, man. Gorgeous. Ah, they've hit a home run here, lads. This is very, very nice. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Isn't that amazing? That's around now the time of the day. It's very good. Beautiful. So there we have it, Orbx Landmarks Perth. Available right now, lads, for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Yeah, wouldn't it be great? Like, the difference between handcrafted buildings versus your photogrammetry. Photogrammetry is amazing at altitude, but like, once you get down to this kind of level, you can really see, you know, you can really see the difference. You know what I'm saying? That kind of shows it all there, doesn't it? It's very good. This is excellent. Beautiful scenery. Well done, Orbx. Great stuff. Right. It's time to move on. So, let me see what we're doing next. So that was the landmarks. And you can pick them up for $17.99 Australian. Which isn't bad at all, right? Not bad at all. And we're going to go to a different aircraft. Don't crash now, Sim. You know the way it does this every now and again? What are we looking for here? We're looking for this mad Ventura, isn't it? I'm afraid to go into the menu in case it crashes. If I was a Ventura, where would I live? In here somewhere, says you. So the Ventura, right? This small little Italian yoke. This is an old aircraft, but it did receive a free update for 2024. Right? So, let us zoom out of Australia, and now we're going to ramble over to Dallas. There's Phoenix Murph. Get your bearings. This airport is huge, enormous. Huge, enormous. We're going to go over to the cargo ramp because, I mean, why not, right? Why the devil not? David White, I missed the 2020 photogrammetry. It was nice and sharp. MH60 updated today. Multiplayer sound bug is now fixed. We need to check it out. Later S just purchased USA City Update 1 and 2. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Look at the height of this plane. Right, Sim, be nice here now. So, looking at this mad looking devil, yes, you can interact now with the remove before flight. Right. We'll jump into the plane, but I want to show off the scenery first, and then we'll go flying in this mad-looking devil. Right. So, Dallas Fort Worth. This is a massive, massive airport. Just to give you an idea of the scale. Right. 5 terminals, 7 runways. Look at the state of that. Right. Bit of LOD loading in. That's weirdness. Why is it doing that now? There we go. That's weird. Anyway, massive, massive airport, and this one from iniBuilds, right? I mean, look at the size. This place is just huge, and it's rendered very, very well, right? Performance I get here is it's fine, not an issue at all. And considering just how big the facility is, it's absolutely crazy, right? So these are the taxiways over the road, right? We have our American Airlines cargo. Scott was telling us, what was it? There's 6 fire stations, 3 ATC towers, right? Got an FBO out over here, or at least it looks to be an FBO. These are all private jets, right? They're Lear jets as well. Oh, bring on the Lear jets. Just Flight are making a Lear jet. Got a King Air over here as well, look. Nice. American Airlines. The Central Fulfillment Center. Did you put an out Skoda in here now? You did! Ah, you're brilliant! And don't say it's unplayable because they put in a Skoda. I asked them nicely. Anyway. Let's ramble down and have an out. Like, you just go exploring here. I love this about these sceneries. And like we had a quick look here on Wednesday. Do you know what we did? We fired up SayIntentions for traffic injection and filled the entire airport, and it still ran perfectly. It was amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. So they have this interterminal train gadget thingy-majig, which is over here, look. So that's zipping around the place, and they were smart on some of the terminals. They don't have interiors. They use that kind of plexiglass kind of a thing, right? Which is very, very good. There's the Skylink, and that just goes around terminal to terminal, does its thing, and away she goes, right? What else do we have? Some of the terminals are fully modelled with an interior, and it looks absolutely incredible. Like, look at the sheer amount of clutter that we have here. Look at the jetways, man. I mean, they just look spot on. It's photoreal, isn't it? Look at this, look. That's deadly, isn't it? You had your 36 them on a traffic set at 10, never noticed any hit. It's crazy, right? This is heavily optimized. So as you can see, that's what I mean by the plexiglass. It looks like there's an interior, but there isn't. But if interiors are your thing, well, just go to another terminal and they'll have you covered, right? So I think they have the international terminal done. All the different airlines, look. Isn't that deadly, isn't it? All the car parking. All the different drop-off zones. Friggin' nuts. But scale is just massive. Hey, Chris Van Halen, good to see you, Chris. Right, look at this gadget, look, out over the main road. Right? So come on down here, you can see where the construction sites are, where they're working on building and stuff, right? We come down here now, I think this is the international terminal. This is where me, Gibbo and Muse fan were. Do you remember this, Gibbo? I want to show you. We went off and we got like Wonder Burger, do you remember? Or Whataburger. Right? Jeez, I'd love an L Whataburger now, to be honest. Like, this is perfectly done. Good times, good times. You know, but you remember it? There was a Mackie D's around the corner as well, and it's all fancy restaurants. And look, they're watching the future. Who's playing? Liverpool. I don't believe it. That is disgusting. They have ruined the scenery by having Liverpool on the telly. We got very weird crisps too. Yeah, we did. We did. That's funny. They have Liverpool on the telly, look. Fantastic, right? But look, that's your interior, right? I mean, they have everything there. Advertising and all the jazz, right? Hickory. That's another eatery. Dior. Newsfan got his aftershave there. Or should I say perfume, right? Instant purchase, right? But you get the idea, like, isn't it absolutely incredible? The scale of this airport, lads, it is absolutely massive. And iniBuilds have captured this perfectly, right? And look at the castle and everything, look. Oh, we were down this neck of the woods. Sorry, this is where we were. Do you remember? There's Mackie D's there, look. We were sitting over there in the corner because the flight got delayed and they kept changing our gate. Do you remember? There's Gibbo right there, look, wearing his check jacket. Yeah. You know. Brilliant. You're getting more slagging than Murph tonight. About friggin' time. Now, this didn't work the last time. I wonder will it work this time. We might be lucky. Doesn't rain often in Texas, but when it does... Oh, Janie, this is going to look absolutely mad. Oh, Jesus. Need we say any more? I mean, would you look at the thundering state of that? At least you turn up for things. Cyrus, would you get out of that garden, will you? Jesus. Yeah, what was busy on Saturday? We'll go back around here to the, like, it's just, isn't it? Look at that. Absolutely insanely good. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? Like, you talk about hitting a home run. They have hit a home run. This is beautiful. Look at the detail, man. You don't stand mates up. I didn't skip the Saturday night. Shag off. You know not around on Saturday night. The abuse, lads. The abuse. Man, this is so cool. The textures are just, aren't they? Reflections. How good the textures are from iniBuilds. Like, just incredible. You know, hey, Boston Elf, good to see you. Look at you started now, Cyrus. Right. Live time. This is how look at that. Look at the transition look. That's mad. It's absolutely stunning. If iniBuilds Dallas Fort Worth is not on your shopping list, get it on your shopping list, lads. It's an incredible, incredible airport. And it really shows you what's possible in scenery design. Because the scale, it is massive. And it runs so very well. Like, the whole area, you'd be ages exploring it. I wonder if that LOD setting's causing that. Hang on. Yeah, I think it is. It's just done brilliantly. Absolutely brilliant, you know? Surely you have a few giveaways. I don't. I might on Discord. Isn't it class? So very impressive is this airport. It's absolutely brilliant. Right, now, Jesus, back to this. Look at this mad little thing. So the Ventura, Jesus, the Ventura, right? As I said, it was an aircraft that came out in 2020. Weird and wonderful little thing. It just looked kind of, well, weird and wonderful, right? And it's tiny. Right, I mean, look, if you don't believe me. It's a teeny little thing. Right? Now, what do we have at the update? It's a free update. It's now native to 2024. However, he's included a couple of updates. We have the EFB. All the circuit breakers are now working, right? But just to be aware, a lot of the textures are the old textures. And this is where the aircraft kind of falls down, right? Now, it's cheap. It's only like $12. And it's a fun little plane to fly. And of course, you can also use the GTN in this, the 650. The sounds aren't great, right? The textures aren't great. And there's a bit of a lack of detail in some areas. But for the price, this thing flies really well. It's a very interesting little plane to fly, right? Think of it as your small little Cessna or ultralight with friggin' jet engines. Do you know what I mean? So, we'll power it up. And see what happens. Lights. Avionics leave. Well, they're already kind of on. Okay, so we're going to go for... You can get rid of the tablet here if you want. Peter heat, no. Park and brake set. Right, warning lights test. What's that got to do? Pedal adjuster. Oh, that's for the tablet. Okay, nice. So your lighting test, there are your lights. Very good. And we want to go for a start on this as well. So boosters. And we'll go for a start on the right. MD Pilot, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. Can you ask Asobo to include a ball spot for avatars? Do you know what you can do now? You can shag right off. 55 in the NG. Power coming in. You kind of like the sounds. They're not bad. Alright, starter is good. Gens are on. Engine's now warming up. Hey, why isn't that working? Come on around there, Betsy. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Yes. Okay. Off the brakes. Bit of a turn. Flaps. It's just like a teeny tiny airplane, but it's a jet engine, right? I'm taking off the taxiway, we don't care. Oh, the simulated... Wait, hang on, I actually hope this works. Let's go this way a bit. Yeah. I mean, technically we could take off on a runway, just not on the right way. See, we're on the runway. Yes. Jesus. Right, we're up. Bloody hell. We're alive. Shouldn't be. Gear up. The sound, though. There's more kind of outside noise than there is the sound of this. You know what I mean? Easy now. Get a bit of altitude. Calm it all down there now, Jemima. It's not bad though, sure it's not. Harrison Ford would be proud, he'd be better. So you're getting all this wind sound, which I think is a little bit too loud. Isn't it mad looking? Such a weird and wonderful design, isn't it? Okay, night lighting. There is a light in here somewhere. There's lights here somewhere. Hang on. Where's my lights? I wonder, can we make that a bit brighter? Generator arm. Outer marker, inner marker. Easy now, Jesus. Easy now. Where's the I thought we had to switch to the light. Look at the lighting out here, look. Jesus. No, check off, there's no refunds. Look at the lighting. Jesus. There's the airport behind us. All the cars, look. Easy now. Easy now. That's mad, Ted, isn't it? put the kettle on. Isn't it mad? Do you know, it's more like a glider with jet engines. That's what this thing is. It's a glider with jet engines. Right, now, time of day again. Up the Vijani. Up, you divil you. I'm sure there's a switch here somewhere for like internal lights. Oxygen works, nice. Emergency gear extension. Vijani, does that work? It does! Nice! You could, it's in the sim, yeah, right? There's photogrammetry for Scott's house, I think. What does that do? Ooh. Seat adjuster. So if you can kind of get over some of the textures, it's still a very fun airplane to fly. It's 12 quid, right? It's about $12 or 12 euro. It's been out a long time, but it's not. It's nice to see it. 260 knots, look. It's good to see it updated in 2024. You know? It's pretty cool, lads.
Jesus.
Can we get the gear back up? Yes! Your plane is, yeah, slow for the jet. Yeah, but not for this size, though. You know what I mean? It's fab and groovy, and it has tip tanks. I mean, who doesn't love tip tanks? You know what I mean? So there we have it. The Ventura, updated in 2024. And the area's looking very real, says Scott. Yeah, it's awesome, man. There's great photogrammetry here for Dallas. Easy now, Jemima. As the old photogrammetry loads in. Pretty cool. Right. End the flight. And we'll go back to the menu because we want to check out our last thing we need to check out. And that is fly to high Birmingham. Right? So, Birmingham is over here. There's Atlanta. There's Birmingham Shuttlesworth. Right? Big owl airport as well, lads. Let me see. Military cargo's up there. Should we go in? Military combat. Ooh. We'll load in here to see what it looks like. It's IF4 here with live weather, so we'll have to have now a look, right? Can't sleep without me tip tanks, right? You know what I mean? This is just checking out this scenery now. And this one, as I said, is from Fly to High. Birmingham Shuttlesworth. And well, we'll change the weather. Oh, this looks pretty good. We'll change the weather. Easy now. Air National Guard. It's pretty cool, right? Looks very good so far. We got some tankers out there. What are they? The KC-135s? Would that be them? Actually, pretty good detail, aren't they? Ooh. And again, this is it's another huge facility. So it's shared military, cargo, and we'll change the weather up here as well.
Time to pull the big switch. Good.
Whoa, London Controller, Jamie, you're very welcome aboard. Happy Wednesday, lads. Hope you had a great stream, man. We're here just at the tail end. We're checking out a new scenery from Fly to High, Birmingham Shuttlesworth International. And she's brand new shampoo. You're very welcome in, lads. Hope you had an awesome stream. And yeah, we're just exploring this one. Checked out some good stuff tonight. We saw the new Perth Landmarks from Orbx, gorgeous. iniBuilds Dallas Fort Worth, which is just incredible. A brand new airplane from Emerald Scenery Design. It's that of the 1500 OR, which is very interesting. But great to see you, lads. Happy Wednesday. Hope you had a great stream. Jamie flew into Dallas, I think, earlier. Weren't you in the 777, I think? Savage. So this is Fly to High scenery, and we're down. Where is this? It's in it's Alabama, right? So we're just checking it out. It's a shared military, commercial and cargo airport. It's actually friggin' huge, right? So we started off over on the military side, which is cool because you got all the barracks, you got the National Guard. Boozy Sheep, it's your hometown. Get out of town, is it? Deadly. It's actually pretty good here. Look at the textures, lads. Jesus. Not too shabby at all. That's blurry as hell, but they're fairly sharp. Look. Lads, thank you so much for all the follows. You're very welcome in. Right, so the military buildings, the barracks and all the jazz.
Hello there.
Right. And there's some pretty sweet detail here. And the planes are hopping. We'll head over to the terminal here now in a moment. It's pretty cool, isn't it? And let me see here now. All sorts of stuff happening. Lads, thank you all so very much indeed. And welcome in to all the raiders. Hope you're having a great day, lads. So let's look at the old that's the military side, as we said, which is nice, right? There appears to be photogrammetry here. There is photogrammetry here. That's friggin' deadly. Man, there's so many places that have decent photogrammetry now. It's like when you're moving around the sim, okay, at altitude, but like you get the idea, right? It's just class. So these appear to be like maintenance, cargo or FBO. They got a Coca-Cola factory there, look. Jesus. We'll go for the gawk. And let's see what we have. Southern Sky Aviation. Look at this, man. Ooh, very fancy. What else do we have? Atlantic Aviation. So it's the sort of place you're saying, right, you can fly in with military aircraft like the A400, right? Or jets. You can fly in with cargo aircraft. You can come in with the business jets. Plenty of hangarage. That's pretty cool. And these are all spawn points as well, right? I sure hope there's a sign somewhere with a phone number for to call. Not that Murph would ever do that. We do that all the time. There will be a phone number and you can be damn sure of it. Perimeter fencing. Restricted access. Yeah, no. Authorized personnel only. Trespassers will be shot. Survivors will be shot again. Do you ever see those signs? Jesus. Right, runway lights coming in on the approach. There's pappy lights on the runway. Nice. Jesus, it's big, isn't it? The motorway there. Right, we'll venture in. Old factories there to the right hand side. This is probably cargo. Yeah, we got UPS. We got a bit of pop in with the scenery, so maybe that's something they can fix. We got UPS and FedEx over here. Yeah, just the LOD seems to be a little bit aggressive here. I like the way in the Ini Manager you can kind of dial in this a little bit better with their sceneries. But it's not bad. It's a freaking huge place, look. The taxiway textures, like, they're all bang on, aren't they? Look at that, lads. That's very good. What have we got over here then? No idea. More cargo, I'd say. Old car parks. Tons of buildings here. Is that like hangarage or maintenance facility? Fire department. Jesus. Looking sharp. It is, isn't it? Look at the amount of hangars here, look. Holy moly. That's awesome. Right, we'll ramble in on the land side and then we'll have a gawk at the old air side, will we? That's pretty cool, man. A weird looking bridge. Tolls coming into the airport. Is the tower modelled? It is. Oh, that's deadly, man. Fly with ease. That's pretty cool. Not that you're going to spend much time in the tower, but you know what I mean? Jesus, all the cars, look. Imagine parking your car up there like that. Are you mad? Yeah, go on, keep going. What? Right, Right, so the land side, departures and arrivals neck of the woods. How are we looking here? Not too shabby. Departure area. In terms of like an interior, I'm not quite sure. You discovered a Volvo dealer. Ooh. Like, we have a downstairs then as well, look. Jesus, there's loads going on. Alright. Over to the air side now. Man, the jetways look decent, don't they? I know they're only jetways, but like when you see attention to detail put in on jetways, it's like, yep. So we're looking for an interior. There is an interior, look. The LOD, do you know what it is? The LOD is a little bit on the heavy side, isn't it? Discover Alabama dinosaurs at McWane Science Center. There's a phone number there for McWane Science Center. Go on now with that. Hello? I believe you have some dinosaurs. Sweet Home, Alabama. Hudson. Very good. They have a Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is deadly. Upper level. Birmingham Shuttlesworth. Isn't it a mad name, isn't it? They have a Jack's. It's kind of not. Oh, jeez, look at all the photos. I know. Look at this. Equal opportunity stuff. That's in the airport, look. Jesus. That's mad, lads, isn't it? Giant statue called Vulcan in Birmingham. No way. That's pretty cool. I love the fact that we can actually you can actually explore things. It's mad, isn't it? Like, you can actually explore like in fairly savage detail all these different airports. I think it's friggin' cool. Red Mountain Grill. Burgers, tacos, steaks and refreshments. No. Redmond vodka. 8 times distilled. Jesus, there'll be nothing left of it. Very nice. So it's interesting the way the glass is done. You know, it's just interesting the way it's done. Like security check-in. That's pretty cool. What else do we have? Chick-fil-A. Yes. Delta Gates. Build-A-Bear Workshop. More Hudson stuff. So there's a nice bit going on. There's a lot going on, look. Alabama Sports. There's no people though. It's like the Langoliers or something, isn't it? What's all this now? Civil Rights Trail. Ah! Yeah, there's an LOD glitch. Interesting. I'm very impressed with the terminals. The LOD is a little bit on the aggressive side. I mean, we are getting great performance here, but I just think it's probably grand when you're sitting in your aircraft looking in. It's like, yeah, you can see all the stuff. Do you know what I mean? Now, how we like for the nighttime textures? Because this will really kind of do it, right? And do you know what else we need to do? We're going to fire up SayIntentions to see if there's traffic here. We'll just inject like all the traffic at the airport. In there now, you good thing. We're going to our pilot portal. In there. Don't mind that for the minute. And we're going to come down here to traffic injection. Where is this now? D. Settings. Traffic injection. Commercial density 11. GA density 11. So we'll give this a few moments and this is going to populate the whole shebang here, lads, right? So if we bring the night lighting in and let's see what we can do with a bit of weather here, right? Because I want to see if there's rain effects. hate the way sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Oh, this sounds like it's working. Oh, Jesus, look at that. Deadly. Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it? The reflections, like, you know what I mean? It just kind of changes the vibe when you're coming in and out of these airports. When you see this level of detail that goes into it, it just looks friggin' class. Look at that there with the lighting. It looks absolutely savage. It's photoreal, like. It's nuts what they can do now. So we'll give SayIntentions a few minutes. This should populate an absolute barrel load of aircraft in the vicinity. A couple of floating lights. Did you just see that? There was an orb. There was an orb right there. Ah, Derek Accorda. Yeah, but that is pretty now with the reflections, I gotta say, man. Look at that. So SayIntentions in a moment is going to just, you know, look at the LOD, it's so aggressive here. I imagine they'll fix that. You know what I mean? Isn't it very good? Yeah, there's definitely LOD, look. Even the zoom. It's just a little bit on the Jesus side, you know what I mean? But it looks wonderful, and like, I mean, the airport's really come alive using SayIntentions for your traffic injection. Absolutely incredible. I mean, hang on. Can we actually turn on our radios here? Oh, Jesus, it's nighttime, I can't see. Oh, battery. Right. And if we tune into, I suppose, the ground. Birmingham ground. 121.7. There's COM 1 there. Will we hear ground? Ground, November 235 Romeo Mike, radio check.
November 235, Birmingham ground, loud and clear.
Lovely, lovely. Right, so we'll have a now listen in now to, you know, will we actually hear the other lads? You know what I mean? So they're not going to inject in military aircraft yet, but they will do it on the other side. Jesus, the amount of aircraft. Look at that. Look at that now. That is friggin' deadly looking. That's impressive, isn't it?
Air Shuttle 6223 ready to taxi.
Ooh.
Air Shuttle 6223, runway 24 taxi via Alpha. Hold short of runway 18, then Alpha.
Just get the
runway
vibes.
24 taxi via Alpha. Hold short of runway 18, then Alpha. Air Shuttle 6223.
Like a live tech demo.
Station Air 6 Echo Lima, runway 36 taxi via November Golf.
Will we see them?
36 taxi via November Golf, Station Air 6 Echo Lima.
Oh, there's a dude moving there, look.
Delta 1618 request pushback.
Delta 1618, pushback approved.
Pushback approved, Delta 1618.
The injection gibbo, I think it is, man, yeah. I think the injection from SayIntentions is a lot better. Like, you can use the models from FSLTL or Just Flight or any of those. But how SayIntentions is used, especially with Taxi Tuner, you can absolutely dial in, you know, the accurate taxi routes, the stands, the correct stands where people go. I just wish that LOD wasn't as shagging aggressive, you know what I mean? Because, like, look at the difference between there and that. Like, that's like, that's like, ooh. You know? This is SayIntentions, Jamie. If you weren't fully okay with using VATSIM all the time, I'd highly recommend SayIntentions. Highly recommend it. It's great for learning and training, and also covering you if there's no VATSIM ATC. Because it does handoff and hand over to VATSIM traffic. So if you're leaving a VATSIM controlled area,
Delta 1618 ready to taxi.
SayIntentions will pick up the ball.
Delta 1618, runway 36 taxi via Bravo.
If you're flying on SayIntentions and then you're
Taxi via Bravo Delta 1618.
and then Vatsim comes alive, you're laughing, right? Yeah, it's a lot of Delta here, yeah. But again, like, this airport may not have been tuned with Taxi Tuner. They've hundreds that are fully tuned, and they're very, very accurate. Just go on to say, yeah, it's just, I'll give you the link here now. SayIntentions.ai. Sign yourself up for a 24-hour free trial. It's absolutely deadly. It's brilliant, right? It's well worth it, lads. Like, if it's just one of those ways you can really enhance your sim.
Cessna 5 Quebec Foxtrot, runway 36 taxi via Hotel Foxtrot, hold short of runway 24, then Bravo.
So I think Birmingham is a nice airport. It's just the LOD is like shagged.
Hotel Foxtrot, hold short of runway 24, then Bravo Cessna 5 Quebec Foxtrot.
And okay, we have it in the lashings of rain here, but like, you get the idea, right? So you can see what they're doing. Like, it's those pilots you're listening to, they're all AI pilots, and they can go to tower or clearance frequencies, and you'll hear them call for clearance and all the jazz. And the new voices they're adding in, they're absolutely deadly. But I'm impressed, man. I think it's a nice scenery. The LOD is a little bit too friggin' aggressive. If they can dial that back a bit, I think they're onto a great thing. You know what I mean? That's live time at the moment. We'll tidy up the weather. There we go. No, you don't need VATSIM. No, absolutely not. It's its own ATC solution. The SayIntentions is far more than ATC. They do absolutely loads of other stuff. So they do like cabin crew, co-pilot. In actual fact, right, you can set SayIntentions up that your co-pilot does all the work at the radios. You look after the radios, I just want to fly. And you'll start learning then, because your co-pilot is like talking to ATC, then they'll talk to you, yeah, taxi up here, take a left here, right? Your co-pilot can actually interact with your airplane as well. They can go through checklists. Lads, it's just brilliant. And then you have SkyOps. SkyOps, what you can do with SkyOps, think of it like as an open mission. You can be in a helicopter, for example, or even in any aircraft, and you can say, right, I want to do a SkyOps mission. You can do like air ambulance, search and rescue, fire, all that stuff, right? VIP transport, cargo transport, and you can even create your own missions. And they'll inject scenery into the sim. They'll inject things like, you know, if you're doing mountain rescue, they'll put people there and you can launch flares and all this. Like, it's nuts what they can do. It's brilliant. And they're only getting started. Like, there's a tour guide there, right? So think of a tour guide. Murph, what can you tell me about Birmingham Shuttlesworth? This might work. May not work. Birmingham Shuttlesworth International Airport opened in 1931, and it's named after Reverend Fred Shuttlesworth, a civil rights leader. It's the busiest airport in Alabama, so it's grand for aviation lovers like us. Thanks, Murph. You know your stuff. That fella knows his stuff, doesn't he? Sure, and thanks for the kind words. I do my best to keep the crack going and the facts flying, just like a good Irish tour guide should. Right. Anyway, you get the idea. Check out SayIntentions, lads. It's a game changer. I love it. I love it. Right, I turned off traffic injection and we shall leave the airport now. Birmingham Shuttlesworth from Fly to High. I'll go back to them just to say, look, the LOD is a little bit on the... I mean, you can kind of see it disappear now, look. I zoom back in, it comes back, but like it's... You know what I mean? Just a little bit on the aggressive side. If they can kind of like tighten that up a bit, I think it'd be brilliant, you know? I'm tripping out, right? Scarlet for you. Scarlet for your ma. Listen, it's grand. That Murphy fella, I'm telling you, lads, he knows the stuff. You know what I mean? He talks some amount of shite. Right, anyway, lads, that's going to call it for this evening. But I want to thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in. We covered a fair bit of ground tonight, which another flight sim news, with thanks to Say Intentions. And well, we're back to you tomorrow morning. 1100 Zulu. We're going to continue on with our Navigraph Academy. We're doing a cross-country flight, flying out of Altarine into Innsbruck. Ooh. And then tomorrow night on VATSIM we're flying, we have a double header. We're going to be flying from San Diego out to Palm Springs, and then Palm Springs back to Ontario in California. Very much looking forward to that. So yeah, busy one. The iniBuilds release of Dallas Fort Worth, absolutely incredible. We had the landmarks for Perth from Orbx. We had the Emerald Scenery Design 1500 OR. Just a weird and wonderful, beautiful little ultralight airplane. We also had the Ventura, alrighty then. The Italian little glider with jet engines. And then we finished up here with Birmingham Shuttlesworth from Fly to High. So hopefully I've provided you with the information in which you can say, yeah, that's for me, or no, that's not for me. That's my job. I'm not here to sell. I'd be a crap salesman because I tell you to buy everything. Just buy it. It's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully you found it useful and helpful. Again, a massive shout out to Jamie for the raid, the London Controller crew. Thank you very, very much indeed, lads. And so great to see so many familiar names. And thanks a million. And for our own crew, the Fireflies. Thank you very much indeed, folks, for spending your evening with me. And fun as always, both here on Twitch and of course on YouTube, and even on that other place, Kick. Right, for Dare, we streamed to maybe one person. At the moment there's no one there though. Do you know?
Hello, darkness, my old...
But it'll be all right, you know. We'll get there in the end. But right, we'll see you tomorrow 1100 Zulu, and then failing that we'll see you tomorrow night at 2000 Zulu time. So until then, you take care. Where you can enjoy complimentary deluxe continental breakfast daily with afternoon hors d'oeuvres and a fully stocked honour bar. Good up there. Complimentary hot and cold beverages throughout the day.
There.
Fairmount Gold combines personalised...
I'm sorry, did you just say hors d'oeuvres?
Hors d'oeuvres. Hors d'oeuvres. Oh no, I made a terrible mistake with this, lads. Look at the state of this. Touchdown, nicely done, beautiful. Armin Addict inbound. Careful now, careful now. Pull up, pull up. Beautiful. What a landing. So we've Gregor inbound.
It's ball, right?
Hey, Rambog is here. Good to see you, man. Did I miss anyone else? Oh, Jesus, watch what you're doing, Murphy. Oh, no! The dreaded chat! I know!